It's time for Coalgate Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank. The Wildcats are brought to you by Brown's Funeral Service and your farmer's insurance agent, Lucinda Holland. The Coalgate Wildcats are sponsored by Shamrock Bank and Studeville Ford.
Left side, blitz coming. Quick pass, far side, caught by Trevathan. Tries to make a man miss. Stiff arm, still on his feet to the 45, to the 40.
The Wildcats are also brought to you by your local Texoma Chevy dealers, Cole County Farm Bureau, and Genesis Abstract.
The snap, blitz coming. Picked up, now flush. Throws it deep down the field, has a man open, and it's caught at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Tate Diaz. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Colgate Wildcat Athletics are sponsored in part by the RX Shop, Cole County Tag, the Flower Garden, and Triple Heart Boutique. And now let's head to the field for your Colgate Wildcats.
And good evening, everybody. We are live just south of Colgate. We are here in Atoka, Oklahoma for the battle. This is the Boggy Bottom Bowl version 2025. Good evening, everybody. I am Cody Newberry, joined alongside Blaine Riley and Lyndon Burnett on the camera. This is the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. It's Chevy Truck Month. That means your to-do list is about to get smaller and your adventure is about to get bigger. Visit your local Chevy dealer and get tech, style, and capability you need. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Good evening, everybody. This is the 113th edition of the Boggy Bottom Bowl. The Atoka Wampus Cats hosting the Colgate Wildcats. Colgate Wildcats 0-2 on the season. The Atoka Wampus Cats 0-1 on the season. Both teams looking for their first victory of the year. This is the most all-time meeting with another school between the two schools. Colgate leads the all-time series 58 wins to 54 wins. Colgate did win last year 42-7. Since 2002, it's been a series of streaks. Colgate won from 2002 to 2007. Atoka won from 2008 to 2011. Colgate won from 2012 to 2018. And Atoka won from 2019 to 2023. You've got to go all the way back to the year, I believe it's 1999, 2000, and 2001, where there was a different winner where it alternated wins. Yeah. There has been a total of 39 shutouts in this series. It was first played in 1915, and in fact, according to the research that I come up with, there were so few teams playing football, they actually played twice in 2016. They played twice in 2019, and 1916.
There you go, Cody.
1919 they played twice, and in 1920 they played 3 times. Because there were so few teams around here playing football that the two teams actually played each other multiple times during that time. We got about 11 and a half minutes left here in the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. We'll take a break. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Colgate Athletics.
And we're back in Atoka for the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. It is Chevy Truck Month. That also means your month to do more and explore more and get more done. Visit your local Chevy dealer today to see what you can get done with a little grit, determination, and proven reliability. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. We got about 8.5 minutes left here on the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank. For the Atoka Wampuscats, they're coming off a loss last week. They're 0-1. They're in Class 2A, Division II, District 4. This is under the first-year coach here at Atoka, Luke Ring. Here in his first year, they did lose last week to Ringling, 42-6. They were 2-8 last year, 2-5 in district play. Since 1947, Atoka has accumulated 236 wins and has had 14 years in the playoffs. As we move now to the Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup, you can check out the Wildcat Sports Corner for all your Wildcat gear. Triple Heart Boutique, located on Main Street in beautiful downtown Colgate. Blaine Riley has the starting lineup.
All right, for the Wildcats on offense, left tackle number 72, Ethan Nelson. The left guard, number 70, Axel McNutt. Center, number 52, Jet Burris. Right guard, number 78, Lucas Franklin. Right tackle, number 55, Walker Weston. In the backfield, starting at quarterback, number 11, Colby Brown. The running back, number 4, Bryson Stowe. At wide receiver, number 2, Davis Grant. Number 15, Easton Loudermilk. Number 3, Weston Lackey. And number 1, Carson Viss. On defense for the Wildcats, defensive end, number 72, Ethan Nelson. The other defensive end, number 15, Easton Loudermilk. The nose guard, number 78, Lucas Franklin. Defensive tackle, number 52, Jet Burris. At the linebackers, middle linebackers, number 5, Kyler Woods. Outside linebacker, number 23, Jet Walkup. Outside linebacker, number 18, Reed Abels. At cornerback, number 11, Colby Brown. At the other corner, number 24, Cato Pebworth. And at the safeties, number 2, Davis Grant, and number 4, Bryson Stowe.
That is the Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup. Again, check out Wildcat Sports Corner for all your Wildcat gear. Triple Heart Boutique, located on Main Street in Colgate. We got about 6.5 minutes left here on the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. We will take another break and be back here. We'll have Blaine's key to the game when we come back right here. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
No one likes the hassle of going to the tag office. That's why Cole County Tag Agent Leslie Battles and staff work to give you prompt service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and even through lunch with no appointment needed. Cole County Tag Agency is a full-service motor license agency, providing registration renewals and title transfers for all types of vehicles, including boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Driver's license renewals, real IDs, notary service, and now Pike Pass pickup location. Cole County Tag Agency, 28 North Main in Colgate, a proud sponsor of Colgate Athletics.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we are back here in Atoka for the Boggy Bottom Bowl. This is the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. It's Chevy Truck Month. Time to get after it with America's most dependable trucks like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, and the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. Visit your local Chevy dealer to see for yourself. For the Colgate Wildcats, again, they're 0-2 on the season. They are out of Class 2A, Division II, District 2. This is the third year stint for head coach Zach Cater, who has accumulated a 7-15 record. Colgate losing last week to Antlers, 32-12. Last year, Colgate finishing 5-5, one game out of the playoffs, 2-5 in district play on the season. Colgate losing week 1 to Dixon, 35-14, and then again last week, 32-12. As we welcome Blaine into the broadcast, Blaine will kind of reflect back last week, kind of what happened. It was a one-score game going into the fourth quarter. It was 18-12. But offensively, the Wildcats just couldn't seem to get anything consistently going enough last week to get any type of points.
Well, the struggle so far this season in both games really has been trying to find a way to run the football consistently, only rushing for about 90 yards a game. And anytime you can find a way to effectively run the ball, it's easier to be consistent offensively and move the ball. It opens up everything else for you offensively. Personally, I think that's the biggest key to the game tonight offensively for the Wildcats, is to find a way to rush it better than you have the first 2 weeks. And what happened last week is the defense just got worn out in the second half. They were on the field almost the entire second half, and finally kind of just got worn down at the end of that game for the score to be stretched out to that final that it was, 32-12. Defensively, you got to tackle. That's been the biggest issue the first 2 games, and it's jumped up really in the second quarter in both games. I don't know if it's a little bit of second quarter fatigue maybe of getting a little tired there before halftime, but second quarter the tackling has not been very good. You've been in position. You've been where you're supposed to be. The defense has played sound from that aspect. Hasn't been a lot of blown coverages and things of that nature. It's just tackle. Got to wrap up and tackle on defense. I think that's the biggest key tonight, is to be consistent 4 quarters tackle. Good tackling.
As we look at some season stats on the season, Colby Brown getting the start tonight at quarterback, 12 of 29 on the season, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions for Colby Brown. Rushing, the Colgate Wildcats are led in rushing by Davis Grant. 22 rushing attempts, 75 yards for 3.4 yards per carry for 1 touchdown on the season. The Wildcats only averaging, Blaine, 2.9 yards per rush on the season, 181 total rushing yards so far.
Yeah, gotta get those rushing numbers better, like we said already. Anytime a guy that's been primarily playing quarterback for you at times is your leading rusher, that's probably not a good sign. Unless you're running old school triple option offense or something. You got to get the running backs going. And really, the loss of Rowdy Hemphill on the first drive of the season has definitely not helped that rushing attack. Don't know if you're going to have him back tonight or not. We'll see. But just got to find a way to get some more consistency in the running game.
I think Rowdy's going to be a game-time decision. He did suit up and did go through warm-ups tonight. You may see Rowdy a little bit sparingly off and on throughout the night. It is a senior year. I know he's probably wanting to try to get into the Boggy Bottom Bowl here one last time. For me, Blaine, the stats come down, third down conversion is what it comes down to. Defensively, you're giving up third down conversions 44% of the time, and offensively it's even worse than that. Colgate only converting 24% of third down conversions, 10% fourth down conversion offensively for the Wildcats on the season.
Yeah, and those are numbers that can get better if you find a way to rush the ball on first and second down better than you have so far. Set yourself up in more third and manageable positions instead of being in third and long. Those conversion numbers can go up. Defensively, your conversion percentage was better last game than the first game because it was about 55 or 60% for Dixon in the first game. So just got to keep improving, kind of like you did last game defensively on third downs and bring that number, continue to bring that number down for the season.
It's a crowded setup there at the football on the home field here at Atoka tonight as both teams waiting to make their presence known here in Atoka. This has been the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. I want to thank the Texoma Chevy Dealers, as always, for supporting local area athletics, not only in Colgate but across southeast Oklahoma.
Quick note here, Cody. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but looked like the Wildcats did win the toss and elect to defer, so the Wildcats will kick to the Wampus Cats to open the game here.
The Colgate Wildcats will be in their road white uniforms. They'll be in those purple matte helmets with the cursive Wildcat written on one side, the block C on the other, and the really cool cursive purple and writing across the chest for the Wildcats. White tops, white pants. For the first time this season, the Wildcats on the road. Really, the front half of the schedule for the Wildcats has really been pretty, as far as travel goes, really pretty easy.
I mean, we're going to do most of our travel towards the back half of the season as 3 of the first 4 games are at home, and your only road game is here tonight, just 13 miles down the road in Atoka. So definitely an easy travel schedule early in the season for the Wildcats.
Wildcats do have a bye week next week where they will take a week off, get ready for district play coming up in 2 weeks, which will take place at Donald Mike Mayer Field in Colgate as the Colgate Wildcats will host the Holdenville Wolverines to start the season, to start district play, as both teams have now made their way out on the field. For the Atoka Wampus Cats, they're in their home maroon uniforms, black hats, maroon shirts, and white pants. Atoka will be going right to left on your radio dial. Colgate left to right. Wherever you are, however you are, we want to thank you for joining us this evening and tuning in. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. Sit back, relax, get your feet up, get some popcorn, get some pizza. Got us on your TV screen. Thank you for tuning in and joining us as always.
It'll be a lot of fun. We were talking off air. Believe this is still the longest running, continually played series in the state of Oklahoma. Boggy Bottom Bowl ready to go here in just a minute.
Colgate trying to make it 2 wins in a row. Atoka trying to bring the Boggy Bottom Bowl trophy back to Atoka County. Again, these kids have grown up together, Blaine. I mean, we're familiar with this rivalry. We both went to school here at Atoka, graduated from Atoka. Our camera guy graduated from Atoka.
Onside kick.
And it's an onside kick, and Colgate.
It hit a Wampus Cat, I believe.
Colgate got it back. But we've got a flag. I think they may get offsides. I think they may get an illegal touching on Colgate.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. I don't think it was necessarily illegally touched. I think it did hit a Wampus Cat first, but Wildcats may have been offsides.
The flag was thrown right at the 10 yards. It's got to go 10 yards before it can be touched by the kicking team.
Looked from up here, of course we're a long ways away, but it looked from up here like it hit a Wampus Cat in the helmet actually first.
Wampus Cat legend here tonight, Mr. Pat Turner.
We'll await what the official call is as the officials huddle and discuss this one.
This would be quite the way to start the game for the Wildcats.
And I like the call. I like the aggressiveness to try to catch them offsides and go for offsides to start the game here. Still a possession early.
And you could tell that it was planned because Colgate deferred. They chose to. They had
we've
this
been
plan.
Electing to receive so far this year, so it was definitely planned.
This is the third game where Colgate has won the coin toss. They've elected to receive the previous 2 games. Tonight's the first time that they chose to defer to the second half. A lot of conversation here.
Long discussion here. I think they're trying to figure out maybe a little bit of difference of opinion amongst the officials of who touched the ball first. Like I said, from up here it looked like it hit a Wampus Cat in the helmet to begin with.
Jet Walkup does the kicking duties for the Wildcats.
It was a really nice onside kick, too. Just a little light dribble right up the middle of the field. Caught Atoka off guard, and like I said, it looked like it hit one of the up men. We'll see what the call is.
A lot of talk here. You think long, think wrong. And they're going to get Colgate illegal touching. So the Wampus Cats will actually take over possession now.
Do you re-kick on that, or do they get it at that spot? I'm really not quite sure what the rule is on that, Cody. I think
it's a re-kick.
I think it is too. I think it's a
5 yard
penalty
and a re-kick. Yeah.
Although I don't know, it looks like Atoka's offensively just coming out to that spot.
Well, Atoka's going to get extremely.
No, that's not what they're doing, though, because the official is marking it back like it's a 10-yard penalty and re-kick.
That's got to be what this is. This has to be a re-kick. Atoka's confused as far as what unit to send that onto the field.
Yeah, this should be a re-kick, I believe. I'm not quite sure if anybody knows. Yeah, it looks like now they're setting up in a kick return formation.
Well, this has taken a whole 6 minutes, and we still haven't had an offensive play yet here, Blaine. 5 seconds has come off the clock. And here's another kick attempt. So it is a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, kicking from the 25 now instead of the 35, and now the cat's out of the bag. You've tried the onside kick. Now I'm sure you probably just kick it off, especially with the decrease in field position that you have here.
Yeah, I think it's kind of.
Either way, Wampus Cats are more than likely going to end up with some great field position to start the night after that.
Kickoff starting here at the 25-yard line. And here's the kick. It's a kick to the near side, fielded at the Atoka 40, up to the 45 to the 50, crossing midfield, and finally taken down at the Colgate 45-yard line. Really good field position here for the Wampus Cats to start the game on the Colgate side of territory. They'll start on the Colgate 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, it's a nice kick return. A little bit of poor tackling there from the Wildcat kick coverage unit as he was able to get a few extra yards after he was first contacted. Wampus Cats will open up the night 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 44-yard line. Looks like we did also have a sideline warning against the Wampus Cats on that. So no penalty. You do kind of get a free warning on that the first time.
So, Blaine, this is the Colgate's 3rd straight opponent where they have a new head coach. It's the same district opponent, non-district opponents as last year, but every team so far has had a change of coach from the previous season.
And it just leads to a little bit of unknown, especially early in the game, seeing exactly what they're going to do.
Atoka now on offense. Be led by number 18, Barton. It's going to be handoff McCall. Has some running room up the middle. Shoestring tackle, dives forward to the 40-yard line. Picks up about 4 on that first down run. It'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, had some decent room early. Hole closed pretty quickly. Good job by the Wildcat linebackers getting in there, bringing him down after a gain of about 3. Make it 2nd and 7 from the 41.
Atoka more of a moving to the spread offense this year. McCall in the backfield. Barton gets the snap. Another handoff. McCall, he's met in the backfield. He goes backwards. He's drove backwards by the defensive line. Kyler Wood coming in from the linebacker position, making the initial stop. The Wampus Cats lose 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 coming up for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, really nice play defensively. Number 52, Jet Burris, from his defensive tackle position, pushing the line back. And number 5, Kyler Woods, getting in there as well to wrap up the running back. McCall, loss of 2, make it 3rd down and 9 here from the 43.
First 3rd and long we've seen for the Wildcat defense. Colgate showing blitz. It's an empty backfield. Barton gets the snap. Low snap. He's blitzed and he's sacked.
Oh,
and the ball comes out. Colgate picks it up, falls on it at the 35-yard line, and that's a turnover. That was Easton Loudermilk coming in to strip sack the quarterback, and the Wildcats recover. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, really nice play by Loudermilk. He was unblocked. A little bit of confusion for that Wampus Cat offensive line with the extra blitzers coming. He made them pay, got the sack, and got the ball out as well. And then number 18, Reed Abels, was able to fall on it all the way back at the Wampus Cat 35. That's where the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 from the Atoka 35-yard line.
Freshman Reed Abels comes in, picks the ball up. Colgate quickly to the line of scrimmage. Looky here, Blaine. We're going to go wishbone under center, handoff, Stowe to the right side, picks up 2 yards on that run. Something we hadn't seen at Coalgate in years, Blaine.
Yeah, but I'll give you a little hint. I knew that was coming. The boys in class all week talked about they were going to do some wishbone tonight. Good to see it there on that first play. Didn't get a lot, but Stowe was able to push forward for about 2 yards there on first down, make it 2nd and 8 from the 33.
But you know, it's another wrinkle that a team has to prepare for. Kobe Brown under center, wishbone formation, handoff, Stowe, right side, sheds a tackle, crossing 30 to the 25.
Going.
He's still on his feet to the 20. And taken down from behind inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. Bryson Stowe picks up a big first down on that wishbone run. And it's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats as they're inside the Atoka red zone at the Atoka 15-yard line.
Yeah, 18-yard scamper that time by Stowe. It was blocked up really nicely initially by the offensive line. Had a good hole to get through on that one and then spun off of the first man trying to tackle him and got an extra few yards. 18-yard run, 1st and 10 from the 15.
Same formation, wishbone. Brown goes under center, and they're going to get Atoka offsides. Yep. There's another 5-yard penalty. The Wildcats have gotten so good, Blaine, over the last 3 years, going back 3 years, at getting defenses to jump offsides. That's a free 5 yards, and Colgate now inside now to the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5 from the Atoka 10.
Yeah, like you said, ever since the arrival of Coach Cater, former quarterback himself, has brought that element of really getting the other team to jump off sides. Colgate's been really good at it.
Brown under center, quarterback keeper up the middle, still moving his feet to the 5, to the 4, and he stood up at the 3. That'll be enough for a first down, and we're going to have – but then there's going to be a late flag come in. I think they're going to get Kyler Wood coming in too late.
It will be a first down, though.
Kind of dog pile after the play. It is a first down. I think it's going to come back 15 yards. Yep. So it is a first down. The only problem is now it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a one you got to be more disciplined than that early in the game. The emotions are high, but just can't do that because, like you said, now you're going to have 1st and goal, but it's going to be all the way out at the 19-yard line for the Wildcats. That's too bad because you had just got about 6 yards on a quarterback sneak, basically, right up the middle. Would have had 1st and goal from the 4. Now it's all the way out at the 19.
And we've seen the struggles for the Wildcats inside the red zone all year long to get that close and now have to come backwards. Be 1st and goal, Brown under center, another handoff, Stowe. Stops in the backfield, but he's met by a swarm of Wampus Cats. Going to lose a couple of yards, and this now going to be 2nd goal, now to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, just too much traffic in the backfield initially on that. Stowe couldn't make enough of those men miss. Lost 2 yards back to the 21. Make it a tough 2nd and goal from here.
Same formation, wishbone. Brown going to go under center. Davis Grant, the only receiver, out to the left side. It's quarterback keeper pushing the pile, crossing the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. Picks up 4, but Blaine, it's still 3rd and goal from the 17-yard line.
Yeah, not a lot there. Was able to get about 4. 3rd and goal from the 17. Got to figure it's probably 4-down territory. Got to try to find a way to get a good chunk of this here on 3rd down, make 4th down a little easier.
Wildcats going to go spread formation here, going to bring in extra receivers.
Yeah, Wildcats back to more their traditional offensive look.
Loudermilk, Lackey, Grant. Here's the snap, handoff, and it's blown up in the backfield, and Stowe goes nowhere. In fact, he goes backwards a yard. The Wampus Cat defensive line just shedding through the offensive line for the Wildcats, and it's 4th and goal now from the Atoka 20.
Yeah, just not good initial blocking that time by the offensive lineman. There was men in the backfield immediately. Nowhere to go on that one. Loss of 3. Now you'll have 4th and goal from the 20.
Colgate going to stay in the spread formation. Brown, quarterback tonight, being flanked by Stowe to his right. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Obviously passing formation here. Here's the play. Brown looking to throw. Blitz picked up, thrown, corner of the end zone, and just over the head of Davis Grant. He was open, probably could have got in for a touchdown, but it falls incomplete, and the Wildcats waste a golden opportunity down at the 4-yard line, and a late flag comes in with a late hit. Pushes the Wildcats back, and the Wampus Cat defense bows their neck keeps the Wildcats from scoring. Now the Wampus Cats take over at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, just unfortunate start there for the Wildcats. You got the start you wanted on defense, drove it down to the 4 after the turnover, and just a little bit of an undisciplined penalty there from a spot you really don't expect it from a senior. Probably just a little bit too amped up to start this game and takes away your scoring opportunity.
Wampus Cats coming off a turnover on a blindside blitz from Easton Loudermilk. Barton, the freshman quarterback, shotgun formation, gets the snap. Handoff, McCall in the backfield, going left. Now up the middle to the 25, to the 30. Right at the line to gain. I think he's going to have enough to move the sticks. Picks up 10 on that first down run. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, good run that time by McCall to get 10 yards in the first down. Good blocking by that Atoka offensive line, creating a nice hole. Wildcats got to stiffen up a little bit on that run defense there. A little bit too much room there on that first down play.
Same formation. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Barton gets a snap, another handoff. McCall bounces around to the outside, but he's held on by his ankles by the Wildcats. McCall's going to lose 3 yards back to the 27-yard line. I couldn't tell who was in there on the tackle. I believe it might have been Jet Walkup there on the initial tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, I believe that was Walkup from his linebacker position. Got in there quickly, was able to hang on for the 3-yard loss. Big play on first down there to get Atoka behind the sticks here, 2nd and 13 from their own 27.
6:22 to go here in a scoreless first quarter here on this 113th edition of the Boggy Bottom Bowl. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Shotgun formation for Barton. Now sends a man in motion. It's a direct snap to McCall. Keeps it himself. Might have got a couple of yards on that run. They're going to give him a yard. It'll be 3rd and 12 now coming up for the Wampus Cat offense.
Yeah, Wildcats did a really good job reading that one. The direct snap to McCall, staying at home, plugging their gaps, limiting that to just a 1-yard gain, and now you've got the Wampus Cats where you want them here in 3rd and long. Probably try to heat the quarterback up again, maybe bring another blitz. It was very effective the first 3rd down.
So the Wampus Cats going to go 5 receivers here, going to go empty backfield with Barton by himself. Now sends a man in motion. Barton gets the snap, and he's under pressure. Loudermilk takes him down again.
That might be a fumble. That might be backwards.
That looked backwards to me.
That looked backwards from up here.
I think they're going to – no
what
signal.
Are they that looked backwards
from up here. That should be a fumble, and the Wildcats should have the ball about the 20.
Officials are discussing. That sure looked backwards from up here, Cody. We'll see what they say.
But Barton was under pressure again by Loudermilk.
Either way, because it went out of bounds. I think they are ruling it a fumble, but it went out of bounds, so it'll be 4th down from that spot.
Yep.
Loss of about 6 back to the 21-yard line.
So Atoka now lining up to punt. Bryson Stowe for the Wildcats standing at his own 50-yard line. So the Wildcats able to hold the Wampus Cats after that 4-down turnover on downs. It's a block. It's a punt block. And the Wampus Cats pick it up, but they're tackled at the 10-yard line, and the Wildcats will take over 1st and goal from they're going to mark him at the 11. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the Atoka 11.
Yeah, really big play by the Wildcats, getting a punt block there. Wampus Cats were able to recover, but getting him down all the way back at the 11. Wildcats will take over there, set up in prime field position, 1st and 10 from the Atoka 11.
So we've seen two special teams plays, tonight so far for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right. Brown in the backfield. Gets the snap. Hands off. Stowe makes a man miss to the 5, and he's going to walk in untouched into the end zone, strike up the band, touchdown Wildcats.
Really nice play that time, kind of a draw, make the defense think you're setting up to throw it, and then good blocking by that Wildcat offensive line, leading Stowe for the walk-in touchdown from 11 yards out. Touchdown Wildcats.
For Bryson Stowe, that's going to be his, I believe it's 2nd rushing touchdown. Yep, 2nd rushing touchdown of the season for Bryson Stowe, and the Wildcats get on the board first at 6-0, pinning this extra point by Jet Walkup. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is low,
I think it's good, though.
And the kick is good. The Wildcats get on the board first. It's 7-0. 5:11 to go here in the first quarter. This is Wildcat football presented by First Bank.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back here in Atoka after the Wildcats get on the board first. It's 7-0 on that 11-yard touchdown run by Bryson Stowe. Here's the kickoff. It's going to go out of bounds.
And the kickoff goes out of bounds
at the 20-yard line, so the Wampus Cats will take over at their own 35-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, and that's not a terrible penalty. I mean, you keep them from having the ability to return it.
Mm-hmm.
You lose a few yards on it, but you kicked it far enough down the field before it went out of bounds that not a terrible penalty.
You know, you can take those penalties as long as that kick goes out of bounds after the 35-yard line. You got to kick it deep enough past the 35 where it's not really that big of a penalty.
Right.
If you kick it before the 35, then it's obviously.
Yeah, you might be letting them have it at midfield
Yeah.
if you do that. So all about where you kick it out of bounds.
Wampus Cats now looking to respond after the Colgate touchdown. Barton in the quarterback position, gets a snap, quick pass to the near side, set up a wide receiver screen. It's balls out, but caught again by the one. No, still out.
I think Atoka got back on it, though.
Looks like the Wampus Cats did recover, but a big hit there by Reed Abels, I believe, was the first one come in there to jar the ball loose. They just stood up the receiver, and a good big hit there by the linebacker, freshman linebacker. But it did pick up 6 at least 2nd and 4.
And it looked like Atoka was going to recover it cleanly initially on the fly, but then got loose again, but was able to get on it a second time, keep possession. It winds up being about a 6-yard gain overall out to the 41-yard line, 2nd and 4.
It'll be the first completion for the Wampus Cats tonight. Barton in the backfield being flanked by McCall to his right. It's going to be handoff McCall. He's met in the backfield. Does fall forward. That's the thing about McCall talking to the Atoka broadcast crew, that Wade McCall does fall forward on every hit.
Yep.
Very rarely do you get him to go backwards.
The key against a runner like that is you got to get to him quick enough, get to him in the backfield. So like that play, he's falling forward, but it's still for a loss of about a yard on the play. Another good play by Reed Abels on that one, playing really well so far tonight as a freshman at linebacker for the Wildcats.
Atoka loses a yard on that play. It's 3rd and 5. Here comes a blitz. It's a pass out to the flat. It's read by the Wildcats.
I think he might have got it, though. He's awful close.
He's tackled right at the line to gain.
I think he's
seen
going to have
another
it.
kind of open field tackle missed there by the Wildcats, and it's going to be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, it looked like Weston Lackey was there in position, just couldn't quite get him down quite quick enough. He got just enough, needed 5 yards and got 5 yards out to the 45 for a first down.
Atoka quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 3:24 to go here in the first quarter.
And
the chains
are
are
a little
moved.
bit. Okay, now the chains are moving. The officials had signaled first down, but the chains were a little slow to move, so they'll get them set, and then we'll go here 1st and 10 from the 45.
This is the home opener for the Wampus Cats, too, so everybody's still trying to figure out their spot here. Shotgun formation. Barton going to keep it himself. Quarterback draw up the middle, crossing the 50 to the 45, and it's going to be another first down for the Wampus Cats. Picks up 13 on that first down run.
Yeah, good design play there by the Wampus Cats. Spread everybody out, expecting a little quick pass to the flat or a handoff to McCall, and instead the quarterback keeps it, scampers for 13 and a first down to the Wildcat 42.
So the Wampus Cats driving. This drive started at their own 35-yard line. They're down to the Colgate 42. Barton gets the snap. Another handoff. McCall patiently waits behind the offensive line, and he's just dragging the pile, and he's going to have a first down, Blaine. My goodness. McCall turning and burning them legs all the way down to the 30. Picks up 12 yards on that run, and back-to-back big plays as Coach Hopkins brings in a whole new defensive line here. The Wampus Cats have a fresh set of downs at the Colgate 30.
Yeah, good tough run. Like you said, he was initially contacted after just about 2 or 3 yard gain and just drug the pile forward for 12 and a first down.
Wampus Cats got something cooking. Another handoff. McCall, he's met in the backfield, though. Better read there by the Wildcat defense. As McCall picks up a yard, it'll be 2nd and 9 from the Colgate 29-yard line.
Yeah, much better at the point of attack that time by that Wildcat defensive line. Stuffing the gaps there and getting McCall down after just a 1 yard gain, make it 2nd down and 9 from the 29-yard line.
Shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right. Shotgun formation. Barton getting the snap. Looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket, throws out. It's high, and it's another deflected pass caught by the Wampus Cats.
The Wampus Cats were moving at the snap.
They pick it all the way down inside the 10-yard line, but a flag is thrown down about the 30-yard line.
Going to come back. Near side receiver was still trying to figure out whether he needed to be on the line or off the line and was moving at the snap.
As of right now, it's a big gain, and that'll be the 3rd straight game, Blaine, that we've seen a deflected pass that the
it's
other team
gonna be an illegal
catches,
shift.
but it will be all for naught. It'll be an illegal shift. The receiver did not get set. So that erases about a 20-yard play there.
Yeah, that's a huge play, huge break for the Wildcats defensively because, like you said, that was the 3rd straight game where you had a pass deflect off of one offensive player to another one against the Wildcats, but luckily this one comes back on the illegal shift. It'll be
2nd and 14.
Yeah, from the 34.
It's a 5-yard penalty. So Atoka behind the chains again. 1:45 to go here in the first quarter. Colgate leading 7-0 here in the Boggy Bottom Bowl. Shotgun formation for Barton. Gets the snap. Looking to throw. Has time. Now under pressure.
Pocket
rolling
collapsing.
to his left, and he goes down. And look who's there again. Easton Loudermilk. He's there again in a big loss there by Barton. Going to lose another 5 yards back to the 39-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and about 19 yards coming up for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, big play by the Wildcats defensively. There was 3 linemen in the backfield for the Wildcats. Looked like 72 Nelson and 52 Burris kind of got the initial pressure, and then Loudermilk came unblocked late and cleaned it up with the sack. Gets credit for the sack. Big play, 3rd and 19 from the 39 coming
Empty
up.
backfield here for the Wampus Cats. 50 seconds to go. 15 seconds on the play clock. 5 receivers now. Empty backfield. Barton gets the snap. Pressure coming up the middle, and it's tapped down at the line of scrimmage. Barton catches it again, and he's slowed down, and he's going to go down behind the line of scrimmage. That's defense technique 101 right there, Blaine. If you're not able to get to the quarterback and you're on the defensive line, get your hands up. Atoka ends up losing about 2 yards on that play. It'll be 4th and forever coming up now for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, that's a really nice play by Ethan Nelson defensively. As you said, he couldn't get to the quarterback, but he got his hands up in the passing lane, got the deflection. Fortunately for the Wampus Cats, it went right back to the quarterback instead of to a Wildcat defender, but they do lose 2 yards. It's now 4th and 21 from the 41. Would think it's probably punt time as we start the second quarter.
Yep, zeros on the clock. We'll move to the second quarter. The Wildcats lead 7-0 over the Atoka Wampus Cats here in the Boggy Bottom Bowl. We'll take a break. Be back here. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
This is Eric Studeville inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
And we're back here in Atoka for the 113th edition of the Boggy Bottom Bowl as we start the second quarter. The Colgate Wildcats leading 7-0 over the Atoka Wildcats, and the Wildcat defense is at least forced a punting situation here for the Wampus Cats. They are at the Colgate 41-yard line.
And remember, first time the Wampus Cats lined up to punt tonight, Wildcats got through and got a block on special teams, so
Bryson Stowe standing at his own 10-yard line for the Wildcats. And the ball spotted at the Colgate 41-yard line. Colgate showing pressure here. Here's the snap. Pressure coming. It's a short, high, booming kick. Stowe tells everyone to get away. And it's going to take an Atoka bounce inside the 20 down to the 12-yard line. So it'll by far be the worst starting field position. Coach Cater telling Bryson, hey, go ahead and field that ball. Go ahead and fair catch it. Save us about 10 yards.
Yeah, exactly. That was one Bryson played a little too safely on that one, a little too conservatively, one that probably needed to, like you said, come up and fair catch that one and save a few yards of field position. But as it is, you'll take over on your own 11, 1st and 10. Some quick first quarter stats. For the Wampus Cats, they got 4 first downs, 13 carries, but for only 5 yards because of all the sack yardage. 3 of 3 throwing the ball for 9 yards. For the Wildcats, 3 first downs, 7 rushes, 36 yards, 0 of 1 throwing the football.
And the Wildcats take over now at their own 12-yard line. Rowdy Hemphill checking in the game for the first time tonight. First time we've seen Rowdy since the first series of the opening game. It's going to be a handoff. Hemphill right up the middle. He's going to push the pile for a couple down to the – looks like the 13-yard line. They're going to give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Colgate Wildcats.
Yeah, wasn't a lot of room on that one, but Hemphill does what he does well and lowers his head and pushes forward and gets a couple of yards on that first down play to make it 2nd and 8 from the 13.
Wildcats still trying to establish the line of scrimmage. They haven't been able to get much running consistency so far this year.
Has been a little better so far tonight, though.
Shotgun formation. Brown gets a snap, and Hemphill's met in the backfield, but he dives forward back to the line of scrimmage. He was met in the backfield. No gain on that 2nd down run. It'll be 3rd and 8 coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just too much penetration initially in the backfield on that one. All Hemphill could do was struggle to find a way to get back to the line of scrimmage, and now you're facing 3rd and long backed up in your own end here. See just how aggressive the Wildcats are on this 3rd and long from their own up 13.
Can we hold them here on 3?
Play clock now about 15 seconds. 3 receivers to the right. Davis Grant by himself to the left. Walk up in the game, flanking Brown to his left. Brown gets a snap, under pressure. Blitz coming. It's a deep pass down the middle, and he's open and just through the hands of Bryson Stowe.
Yeah, just let him just a little too far. That pass probably needed to be a little more up the field and a little bit less back towards the middle. Stowe just not quite able to run it down. Saw pre-snap, looked like you got the look you wanted to take a shot. Everybody up close to the line of scrimmage pretty much for the Wampus Cats. Just unfortunate that you weren't able to make the connection there on that 3rd down play.
The offensive line did hold up on that blitz too as well from the Wampus Cats. Got to figure Colgate's going to back up here and do the pooch punt from the quarterback.
Yeah, they do their normal traditional try one time to draw them off sides and then back up to punt.
Atoka has nobody back. If it takes a decent Colgate roll, it's going to go all the way to the 50, and it's going to take a Colgate bounce to the 45 to the 40.
Kick.
And Colgate almost flips the field. Ball spotted at the Atoka 36-yard line. And Atoka didn't have anybody back fielding that punt.
Yeah, that winds up being, if my math is correct, that's a 51-yard punt with that roll. Really nice punt, flipping the field position from deep in your own end. Executed well by the Wildcats.
You got to imagine that Atoka defense thought, hey, we're going to flip, we're going to get good field position here. But Atoka had nobody back. If they would have just fair caught it at the 50, I think we got a sideline warning against Coalgate. So now both teams each have a sideline warning.
The play goes against the Wildcats.
No, that's a penalty. They must have called the sideline. They called it on Atoka because they're stepping it off.
Yeah,
and Atoka already had a warning, so this one's a penalty. Going to push them all the way back.
Wow.
To about the 23, looks like.
How about that for field flip there, Blaine?
Definitely not to pick on the officials too much, but I don't know that that's marked off 100% correct. That's a 13-yard penalty. I don't think there's any 13-yard penalties in the rule book, but as it is, really good field position defensively to start out.
I think they heard you, Blaine.
Should go to the 21,
Yep.
and now they're
there you
putting
go.
it there.
Looky there. That's why you're the mathematician of the bunch here.
Somebody's got to keep everybody on their toes, Cody.
Toka's going to start at their own 21-yard line. Barton gets the snap, looking to throw. Throws it across the middle. It's high, and it's hit immediately by Bryson Stowe. But a catch. It was a good about 15-yard catch there from the receiver for the Wampus Cats. That was Connor Ritchie on the reception across the middle.
Yeah, and that's a good play, good opening in the middle. Bryson Stowe delivered a shot, but it was just a little bit too late to make the receiver lose the ball. Just a step late on that one, but delivered a good hit.
Same formation. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Handoff. McCall going left. Has some room to run to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Dragging a couple of Wildcats, crossing the 45-yard line. And back-to-back chunk plays for the Wampus Cats kind of has the Wildcat defense on their heels. As the Wampus Cats now inside the Colgate territory down to the 44-yard line of the Wildcats. Atoka moving the ball.
Yeah, just got to do a better job defensively on those run plays. Fill your gaps, stay at home. Giving up too many rushing lanes right now.
Atoka quickly to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. It's a quick pass out to the near side. And Richie's got some room to the 40, to the 35. And in 3 plays, the Wampus Cats have went from their own 20-yard line down to the Colgate 32-yard line.
Yeah, just another nice little quick play, little quick pitch out in the flat to Richie. Get blocked well on the perimeter by the receivers, and he's able to get about 12 yards on that one for another first down to the 32.
Colgate giving a lot of space here to the receivers. It's a handoff. McCall bouncing in the backfield. Picks up a couple, crosses the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He's going to get 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 coming up for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, defended better that time by the Wildcats. Everybody staying at home, filling their gaps, limiting that one to just about a 3-yard gain on first down. Bring up 2nd and 7 from the 29.
8:50 to go here before halftime. Wildcats lead 7-0. But the Wampus Cats are threatening here now inside the Colgate 30. 2nd and 7. Here's the snap. Looking to throw. Throws deep downfield into the end zone, and it is batted up and batted down. Cato Pebworth on the coverage for the Wildcats. I thought I wasn't going to say it was incomplete because we've seen a lot of them deflections go up in the air and the other team come down with it. It'll be incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, we have seen that too much on the early season, Cody, but that one was defended nicely by Pebworth. Good job staying at home in coverage. Covered that one well to knock it away and set up a 3rd and 7 here from the 29.
Probably 2-down territory here for the Wampus Cats. The Colgate 29-yard line. Shotgun formation, gets the snap. Another handoff, but he's met in the backfield. Ethan Nelson. But McCall does what McCall does, and he drives the forward down to the 25-yard line. Picked up 4 yards after initially getting hit in the backfield. It'll be 4th and 3 coming up here for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, that's one where Nelson, coming from his end position, he wasn't able to get McCall squared up. He kind of had him from the side, and that allowed McCall to keep those legs driving and drag him forward for 4 yards to make it 4th and 3 from the 25.
It's a 4th down conversion try here for the Wampus Cats. They need 3, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Yeah,
if they're going to get the right tackle here. Yeah, it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Wampus Cats. The right tackle, number 78, will back Atoka up 5 yards. It'll be 4th and about 7, 4th and 8 coming up here for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, big penalty as that pretty well negates the 3rd down run by McCall. Now you've got them in a much more favorable 4th down defensively, 4th and 8 from the Wildcat 30.
Wampus Cats took 3 plays to get from the 20 to the 40-yard line of the Wildcats, and since then it's just kind of stalled here with a 4th down attempt coming up here for the Wampus Cats. 7.5 minutes to go here before halftime. Barton gets the snap. Blitz coming to throw out to the flat to McCall. It's 1-on-1. Sheds a tackle down the sideline, and he's going to go out of bounds, but he's going to be short a couple of yards. McCall initially shed Davis Grant to the ground, and it was a foot race to the corner, but there was enough Wildcats to force McCall out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Wildcats will take over at their own, I believe, about 25-yard line.
Yeah, good play defensively. First man didn't get him down, but you slowed him up enough to let the cavalry arrive and get him out of bounds a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. Looks like the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Good play defensively.
Wildcats didn't have much going on their last offensive possession.
Yeah, so far the Wampus Cats after that series have actually about doubled up the Wildcats as far as offensive yards. They had a good drive going, just fortunately the Wildcats were able to snuff it out there after it got into their own end of the field.
I think we're going to have a timeout call. Atoka looked confused on defense. I don't know if they had the right formation and the right people out on the field. We'll take a break with them. It's 7:25 to go. The Wildcats lead 7-0. We'll be back. This is Wildcat Football on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
When it comes to gifts that wow them, start your journey at the Flower Garden at 32 North Main in Coalgate. Whether it's planning that big event or you just remembered your wedding anniversary midway through the workday, the Flower Garden can get the gift you need right and on time. Follow the Flower Garden on Facebook or book online 24/7 at theflowergardencolgate.com. The Flower Garden, proudly serving Colgate and surrounding areas since 1945.
And we're back here in Atoka, 7:25 to go here before halftime. The Wildcats lead 7-0 as the Wildcats are back on offense. 3 receivers to the left, shotgun formation. Brown gets the snap. Going to be a quarterback design run all the way up the middle, crossing the 30. Good run there by Kobe Brown, probably his best run of all year. Picks up 8 yards on that 1st down run. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, really nice play design on that quarterback draw. Brown did a good job picking his way up the middle, getting 8 yards on 1st down. Really nice 1st down play to keep you on. Really nice schedule. As far as down and distance, you'll have a 2nd and 2 coming up here from the 32.
Yeah, Kobe Brown picked up more yards on that run right there than he had all year as we got a stoppage of play. And here we go. Same formation, Brown shotgun, gets a snap. Quick pass to the far side. It's caught by Stowe. It's a foot race to the 45, to the 50, to the 40, to the 35, and you're not going to catch him. To the 20, strike up the man. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Yeah, that was just a really nice pitch and catch. There is a flag, though, on the field. We'll see what that's for. But just utilizing Stowe's speed, he was able to make one man miss, and that's all he needed to do. We'll see what the flag is.
We got a flag back at the Colgate 45-yard line. I don't think there is no flag. I guess it fell out of his pocket.
It just fell out of the official's pocket.
So the touchdown does count. Wildcats with 6 more points on the board, now 13-0. Awaiting the extra point here for the Wildcats. And that's something we haven't seen all year. Big play from the Wildcats. Seems like the Wildcats have been about a yard or 2 shy of converting that big play. Here's the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. It's blocked, and it's going to be no good. Bounces out of the back of the end zone. But the Wildcats score again. It's 13-0 in favor of Colgate. We'll be back. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
The RX Shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop, thanks you for shopping local.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back after that pitch and catch from Kobe Brown to Bryson Stowe. 13-0 in favor of the Wildcats now. Here's the kickoff from Jet Walkup. Kick to the far side. It's going to be fielded at the 15, dropped, now picked up and out to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Almost lost it. Comes back up with it, and the Wampus Cats will take over at their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, pretty nice return that time after the initial drop. Got 16 yards out to the 32, where the Wampus Cats will take over 1st and 10. Quick drive summary, that last drive. 2 plays, 76 yards. The big play, of course, the 68-yard pitch and catch. Really just a little short 7-yard hitch route. Bryson Stowe made one man miss and then just outran everybody else to the end zone for the touchdown.
The Wampus Cats falling behind here 13-0.
And now's the time, really, if you're the Wildcat defense, you really want to bow up here, get the ball back pretty quickly to your offense. You've got momentum after that big play. Don't let the Wampus Cats kind of get some momentum back and make a drive here on you.
You've seen the last series, the Wampus Cats did drive about 50 yards, 50 or 60 yards, and then just stalled out. Wildcats with the ability. Here's a handoff. McCall picks up about 3 yards on that run down to the 35-yard line. We're going to mark him at the 36. Picks up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, defended pretty well. He was able to get about 4 out to the 36, make it 2nd down and 6 from there. And the thing with McCall is you got to get contact on him quickly. Don't let him get going, get those legs really churning, because he can sure hurt you after contact.
We've seen a lot of McCalls through here the last several years. Shotgun formation. It's another handoff. McCall around the left side. He's going to fall forward, and Blaine, he's just hard to take down.
That's the thing on
he
that
took
one.
2 Wildcats with him.
You had him at the line of scrimmage is where you first made contact, but he's able to push forward and get about 3 or 4 yards out of it all the way out to the 40, make it 3rd and short. That's what makes him so tough. He's a tough runner. He's got some speed as well, but his ability to get yards after contact is what makes him as special as he is.
And it's not that he's shifty. I mean, he's not overly quick, but he just lowers his head, finds a shoulder, finds a hole, and just goes.
Just runs tough.
Runs tough.
Through contact.
He doesn't stop. He doesn't slow down. The feet keep moving. And the thing that you teach these young running backs is you got to fall forward. Here's a 3rd and 2 coming up for the Wampus Cats. It's going to be a handoff, but they don't hand it to McCall. They hand it to Ritchie. Kind of a surprise play there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a Wampus Cat fan, if I would be the biggest fan of that play call. You know, you've got the guy we're talking about in McCall that's always pushing the pile forward. Would think that would be where you want to go on 3rd and short, but they hand it to Ritchie, and Wildcats do a good job of blowing that one up in the backfield for a loss of a yard.
4th and 3 coming up now. The ball spotted at the Atoka 39-yard line. What do you do here, Blaine? I mean, you're down 13-0. There's just under 5 minutes to go. Colgate just scored.
I think if you're Atoka, if you do go for this, whatever you do, it's number 7's got to touch the ball for you. He's by far your best offensive player. If you're going to go for this, it's got to be something to McCall, whether it's a handoff or a little quick pass out of the backfield. Let him try to get those tough yards for you. Look like they're going to
call timeout and talk it over. We'll take one with them. We'll be back here. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking.
And we're back here, 4th down and 3 coming up here for the Wampuscats. They elected to go ahead and punt. It's a low punt, bounces off the ground. Punter steps into it, punts it to the near side. It's going to take a kind of an Atoka roll inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Pretty good punt there after a bad snap.
Yeah, not a bad punt at all. Good job by the punter fielding that little bit of a low snap and getting a pretty nice kick off. It wasn't overly long, but had good hang time and took a good bounce. Got an additional 5 or 6 yards of field position out of the bounce after it. Pretty good punt.
So the Wildcats will take over now at their own 28-yard line. Again, right to left on your radio dial. Wherever you are, however you are, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in and joining us tonight. If you don't want to hear our sorry voices on the radio, you can tune into the Atoka broadcast. They're 2 blocks over, two boxes over, I guess. You want to listen to Gabbert and Nagorski. But we enjoy you listening to us.
Yes, we do, and it'll be interesting to see what the Wildcat attack is here. I think you might have kind of found something going to the edges and using your speed on that last drive.
Wildcats, we're going to have to burn a timeout. They were slow getting out onto the field. The play clock was down to 1 when they got lined up, so Coach Cater is going to have to burn a timeout.
Yeah, and that's one of those deals where I think sometimes different officiating crews kind of blow the whistle to start the play clock a little quicker than others. Kind of caught the Wildcats off guard a little bit how quickly the play clock was running down, so you had to spend the timeout there to avoid the 5-yard penalty to start the drive.
So it's 4th and 16, Blaine. The Wildcats do get the ball coming out of half. It would be nice to have a 4-minute drive here, but that's something that you haven't seen the Wildcats consistently sustain throughout this season, early throughout this season, is sustain a long drive.
Yeah, long sustained drives have not been what we've been best at so far. It would, like I said, it'd be nice to have one here to eat up most of the clock and score right before halftime, but sure take a big play touchdown like you got last time too, though. Just any way to put points on the board.
Shotgun formation. Brown gets the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Looks like that's walk-up. Crossing the 30. They're going to mark him at the 30-yard line. Picks up 2 yards on that first down run. It'll be 2nd down and 8 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, first touch of the night for walk-up. He's able to push the pile forward for a couple of yards on that one and set up 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats from their own 30.
Bryson Stowe not in the game right now. Still trying to catch his breath after that long touchdown pass. That's going to be a handoff. Davis Grant around the right side to the 40 to the 50, and it's going to be a foot race to the 45 to the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds at the Atoka 35. Could be a late hit. They're not going to call it, but a big play there by the Wildcats. Davis Grant on that jet sweep from Kobe Brown. They push him down all the way down to the Atoka 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, really nice wrinkle there. That the Wildcats haven't run a play like that very often so far in this young season, but that one was very effective, using one of your fastest guys in Grant, bring him in motion, get him a good head start from that motion coming across. He's up to speed as soon as he gets it, and he's able to get all the way to the 36 of Atoka for a first down.
3:38 to go. Grant was pushed out of bounds, so it stops the clock. Wildcats with 2 timeouts left in this half. Shotgun formation, walk-up flanking Brown to his left. It's going to be a handoff to walk-up. Tries to get to the edge and does not. Tackled by his ankle, does pick up about 1.5 yards on that play. We'll give him 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, looked like there might have been a little more there at first, but the hole closed pretty quickly. Good job defensively for the Wampus Cats on that one. getting to walk up after a gain of just about 2 on first down, make it 2nd and 8 from the 34. Wildcats in no hurry here, kind of content to chew some of this clock like we talked about. Would be nice to go on a 4-minute drive and eat up most of this clock and end the half with a score.
Atoka's only got 1 timeout themselves, too, so shotgun formation. Brown gets the snap. Quarterback draw, met in the backfield, and he's slung forward by the Wampus Cat defense down to the 37-yard line. Picks up 2 more. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that one was defended pretty well. Brown did a good job of fighting off of that tackle as much as he could to get a couple yards on it. Set up a 3rd and 6 here from the Atoka 32.
And after a couple of really nice temperature football games, Blaine, it's a hot one here tonight.
Yeah, we have more of our traditional September football weather here tonight.
It's 77 degrees with no wind, and the humidity is at 80%.
And was probably still 90-plus at kickoff.
Here's the snap, 3rd and 6. Brown has time, looking to throw, heaves it up in the air to the end zone, and it is caught by Grant inside the 5. They're going to mark him. No, they're going to touchdown. It's a short pass. Grant had to come back to the football. He catches it at the 3 and falls into the end zone. Strike up the band, touchdown Wildcats.
That's a really nice play as a receiver from Davis Grant, fighting back to the football, adjusting to that ball being underthrown, going up between 2 Wampus Cat defenders and just saying, that's my ball, guys, and catching it and then getting into the end zone after it. Really nice individual play on that one by Davis Grant for the Wildcat touchdown.
Now, Davis Grant absolutely outmanned in that coverage there. There were 3 Wampus Cats around Grant within about 2 yards. Wildcats are going to go for 2, try to get the point back that they lost. Here's the wishbone formation. Brown under center, gets the snap, handoff, Stowe, bounces around to the outside, now back to the middle, and he's going to be swarmed by the Wampus Cat defense.
Yeah,
2-point conversion, no good, 19-0, 2 minutes on the clock.
Unfortunately, Stowe kind of read that one a little wrong, I think. I think if he just goes for the corner pylon to begin with, he might have got there.
We'll take a break and be back here. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
This is Eric Studeville inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
19-0 here, right at 2 minutes on the clock as the Wampus Cats are awaiting the kickoff from the Wildcats after another touchdown throw by Colby Brown to Davis Grant, 19-0. Wildcats have the ball spotted at the 40-yard line. Here's the kick. It's a short kick at the 30, up to the 35, to the 40, dancing around to the 45, tackled from behind, and the pile falls just shy of the 50. Let me take it down at the Atoka 48-yard line, and that's where the Wampus Cats will start over with 1:47 to go before halftime.
Nice return that time by the Wampus Cats on that short kick, getting it all the way out close to midfield. They'll start 1st and 10 at their own 48. We'll go to the drive summary on that last drive. That was 5 plays for 72 yards, capped by, I believe that was either a 32 or 34-yard touchdown pass from Brown to Davis Grant.
So the Wampus Cats have 1 timeout left, 1:36 on the clock, Blaine. We've seen the Wampus Cats have moments of success against the Wildcat defense.
Yeah, they've moved the ball some. Wildcats have just done a good job of stiffening up once they've got into their own end of the field. Yeah, I had noticed, and it looks like they're fixing it now. Seemed like some extra time ran off on that kickoff. They're getting it fixed now, putting it back up to 1:51 on the clock.
So the Wampus Cats will start at their own 48-yard line. 1 timeout left.
And the
you
way
have a freshman quarterback.
The way they've moved the ball, though, if they can, not shoot themselves in the foot, they've got time here.
Barton gets the snap. It's going to be a pitch to McCall. Tries to get to the right edge. He does to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. Still on his feet to the 35, to the 30. It's a foot race. 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to go into the end zone. No flags on the field, and that is how the Wampus Cats respond with a touchdown of their own, 19-6 in favor of the Wildcats after that 52-yard touchdown run by McCall.
And that one was blocked up really nicely on the edge by Atoka. Kind of had it sealed off, had a good lane for him, and then McCall just able to use his speed to outrun the rest of the defense to the house. Looked like one man might have had a chance at him fairly early, but just couldn't quite get there to prevent the touchdown.
Colgate not able to keep contained on that defensive edge there. Here's the extra point, snap back, ball down. Kick is up, kick is on the way, and it is no good. Wide left, 19-6. We'll take another break and be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
When it comes to gifts that wow them, start your journey at the Flower Garden at 32 North Main in Colgate. Whether it's planning that big event or you just remembered your wedding anniversary midway through the workday, the Flower Garden can get the gift you need right and on time. Follow the Flower Garden on Facebook or book online 24/7 at theflowergardencolgate.com. The Flower Garden, proudly serving Colgate and surrounding areas since 1945.
And we're back here after that touchdown respond from McCall, 52-yard touchdown run. One play. Gets things a little bit closer here before halftime. 19-6, 1:40 to go.
Yeah, and like we were saying off air during that break, Cody, I think what your field position is after this kick probably determines how aggressive you are here in this last minute 40 before half. Would be nice to get a good kick return here and get some good field position to set you up.
Bryson Stowe, the kick returner for the Wildcats, standing at his own 15-yard line. Weston Lackey, as well as Easton. No, that's not Easton Loudermilk over there.
Yeah, it is on the far
no,
side.
Davis Grant. It's Davis Grant over there on the far side.
Yeah, deep it's Davis.
Yep.
Easton shorter.
Here's the kick. It's going to be fielded by Lackey at the 20-yard line. Up to the 25, tries to get to the middle to the 30, running sideways. Might have some room if he can get to the edge to the 40. And a good open field tackle there by number 27.
That's a
but
good
the Wildcats
return,
will start at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, I got you good enough field position out of that you might be a little aggressive here and see if you can maybe try to go score again before half with this field position. I think that was actually ended up being Carson Viss on that return. That was number 1. Did a good job getting to the far side of the field, getting some blocking for him and getting it all the way out. Looks like they're going to set it down at the 38, where the Wildcats will take over on their own 38, first down and 10.
Shotgun formation now. Brown gets the snap. It's going to be a handoff, walk up. And he's trying to push the pile, crossing the 40 down to the 41. It looks like the Wildcats are going to be content taking this to halftime. Game clock now at 1:20. Picks up 4 yards on that run. Be 2nd and 6 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, did a good job keeping those legs turning, getting what he could. About 3 on first down there to make it 2nd and 7 from the 41.
Shotgun formation here for Brown. Gets the snap, looking to throw. Has time, screen set up. It's batted up. Wow. But then caught by Lucas Franklin.
And that's legal.
That's legal because he wasn't the first one to touch it.
Yes. And so
he
now
caught the deflection.
Looks like now you're on their side of the field. You probably get a little more aggressive here And after the Wildcats have a couple of tipped balls go against them the first 2 weeks on defense, you finally get one for you on offense there. Big play to get the first down.
All the way down to the Atoka 46-yard line. Clock is running. Chains are set. Brown standing his own 50-yard line. Gets the snap. It's going to be another handoff to Walkup. Sheds a tackle to the 45, to the 35, to the 30. And another chunk play by the Wildcats stops the clock momentarily, Blaine.
I think
You've still got 2 timeouts.
I think they're going to take one of them here as well. Looks like nice run by Walkup, 16 yards down to the 30. Best run of the season for Jet Walkup right there, 16 yards and a first down.
So the Wildcats were content, it looked like, taking this to halftime, but a tip ball.
Yeah, looked like
caught by Lucas Franklin kind of changed things here for Coach Cater and offensive philosophy here. Now 29 seconds. Ball spotted right at the 30-yard line. The Wildcats now with 1 timeout left.
Yeah, that was a huge play that went in your favor for sure because, like you said, looked like you were pretty content to play it fairly safe and just try to get to halftime. Came out, ran one rushing play, and then had a little screen pass set up. Ball went up in the air. Lucas Franklin, Johnny on the spot, catches it on the tip drill and rumbles forward for a first down and about 15 yards on the play, and then you get the nice 16-yard scamper from Jet Walkup. Now you've got it at the 30 here with basically 30 seconds left to play. Are down to just 1 timeout, though, so going to have to start. You've got 1 more timeout in your pocket. Going to have to start taking shots to the edge and get out of bounds or shots into the end zone.
It's one-on-one coverage here to the near side of Davis Grant. Going to throw it deep in the back of the end zone. It's going to fall incomplete. That was well over the head. That's going to stop the clock. Not a bad play. 25 seconds to go.
No, that's what I was saying. You got 1 timeout left, so you're going to start taking some shots farther down the field, try to get to the end zone, or quick shots to the edge where you can get out of bounds and stop the clock. Colby Brown did a good job on that one, putting it far out in front of everybody as it was covered pretty well, basically just throwing that one away. Bring up second down from the 30.
Stops the clock. Now the Wildcats are going to go, looks like a spread offense here for the Wildcats.
Play clock's dwindling. Don't want to have to spend that last time out here just to avoid 5-yard penalty.
Ernest Smith in the game at fullback for the Wildcats. Play clock at 5. Brown gets the snap. Another handoff to Walkup, and he's met in the backfield, and that's probably going to take us to half.
Yeah, I would think now you might
Coach Cater's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, let a few seconds burn off to where if you don't get this play coming up, it pretty well just ends the half. As that one went for a loss of about 1 yard, Atoka read it well, and you'll actually have a 3rd and 11 coming up here from the 31, but now the clock is squarely against you. Only 12 seconds left and no timeouts remaining. This play's got to either be something into the end zone or it's got to be
12 yards.
12 yards and out of bounds for a first down.
Because I don't know, even if you got 12 yards, let's say they got 12 yards, the clock stops momentarily, but I don't know if you can
You'd have to get on the ball really quick to spike it.
It would only leave just a few seconds on the clock before halftime.
If you were able to execute it perfectly, you probably would be able to get another play in that scenario, but it would be pretty tough. You'd have to execute it really, really well.
I think they're wanting more time on the clock, I think.
Yeah, I think they're trying to put a little bit back on the clock.
18 seconds.
You're going to put 18 back on the clock, sounds like. And that buys you you've got a little more time to work with now to take a shot in the middle of the field if it gets a first down. But if it doesn't get a first down, it would be 4th down coming up and you couldn't spike it.
3rd and 11, shotgun formation. Brown gets the snap. It's a low snap. Rolling to his right, looking, steps, throws into the end zone. And Grant catches it. It's a diving catch at the 2.
You got to get on the ball quickly and spike it. Get on the ball quickly and spike it.
A diving catch there by Davis Grant at the 2-yard line.
You're going to have 9 seconds once they wind it.
Wildcats. Here's the play. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Jet Walkup. He's in.
He's
touchdown.
in.
Jet Walkup pushes the pile. 3 seconds on the clock, and the Wildcats score with no time on the clock. Had a little bit of fortunate luck go their way, and Jet Walkup gets his first rushing touchdown of the season. Strike up the band, touchdown Wildcats.
Couldn't execute that scenario any more perfectly. You got the deep shot in the middle of the field. but it's inbounds. You're out of timeouts. You got on the ball quickly as soon as they wound the clock and set it ready for play. You get the ball handed off to Walkup, and he's able to power in for the touchdown. Big swing in the favor of the Wildcats momentum-wise here right before half.
25-6. Colgate now going for the 2-point conversion. Athletic play there from the receiver, Davis Grant. Now Grant in motion, left to right. It's a bad snap. Brown bumbling around, and he's going to be sacked back to the 25-yard line. That was a bad snap, Blaine. We haven't seen many bad snaps this season.
No, but that one was a good 4 or 5 yards to the left of Colby Brown.
Yeah.
Never had a chance at it initially. Blows up that 2-point try from the beginning. But as it is, you get 6 more points on the board, 3 seconds left before halftime, up 25-6.
So still a 19-point lead here for the Wildcats after that one play from the Wampus Cats. And what figured was going to go to halftime.
Yeah, and it all started off of the tip ball drill and Lucas Franklin as an offensive lineman being Johnny on the spot to catch that one and rumble forward for about 10, 15 yards and a first down. Kick-started that whole drive for you.
I guess we got to put Lucas Franklin on the stat sheet now as a receiver.
Yeah, and I didn't have him listed because he's an offensive lineman, but I had to just put him as one of the seniors for last year, and I just kind of know myself when I look at it, oh, that was Lucas Franklin on the tip drill, but had to start putting him on the stat sheet.
So the Wildcats score with 3 seconds left, and remember, they get the ball back coming out in the third quarter because they elected to defer.
Yeah, huge chance, huge swing in momentum, and a chance to double up coming up out of the half.
The Wildcats able to put points on the board when they come back to start the second half. They could really get this game out of reach. We got to get through the 3 seconds first here. Here's the kickoff from Jet Walkup. It's a line drive kick. Fielded at the 20, up to the 25, going sideways, and he's going to fall down at the 26. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half as we now move to the Flower Garden halftime show. We'll take a break and be back with some first half stats when we return right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back here in Atoka for the Flower Garden halftime show. The Flower Garden will help you kick off any special occasion, both big or small, with an array of floral options. You can customize your own arrangement or save your stress and let our experts do it for you. Call Leslie at 580-927-9100. The score is 25-6 here in the Boggy Bottom Bowl. The Wildcats lead. Blaine has some first half stats.
Yeah, and finally a really good first half of football offensively for the Wildcats. You ran it 20 times for 105 yards, so a little bit over 5 yards per carry. Much better rushing numbers than the first 2 weeks. Only 4 out of 7 throwing the ball, but for 142 yards. So you're at about 35 yards per reception so far. Really big plays. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions through the air, 1 penalty for 15 yards, 2 out of 5 on third down, 0 of 1 on fourth down. Atoka, 8 first downs, 20 carries, 90 yards. 6 out of 7 throwing the ball, so very efficient, but for only 43 yards. They have lost 1 fumble, 3 penalties, 15 yards, 1 out of 6 on third down, 0 of 2 on fourth down.
As we hear the Flower Garden halftime show, we'll step aside and let everybody back at home enjoy the pride of Colgate, the Colgate Wildcat Marching Band.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
There we go. Push that button there, Blaine. And we're back here at the Flower Garden halftime show. I was working on some scores from across the area. A good one in Murray County. The Murray County, what do they call it? The Murray County Super Bowl or something like that?
Yeah, I think that is what they call it.
28-14 in favor of Sulphur at halftime. Some other scores: Kingston over Comanche 36-14. Community Christian leading Cassidy 35-7. Dibble leading Little Axe 21-12. Holdenville shellacking Okemah at halftime 62-0. A tight one in Wynnewood. Tishomingo 7, Wynnewood 7. And Beggs at Henrietta. Beggs leading 12-6 at halftime. This is the Flower Garden halftime show. Got about 10 minutes left on the clock here as the Atoka Wampuscat Marching Band takes the field. I'll turn my microphone down and turn them up. You folks at home can listen to the Pride of Atoka, the Atoka Wampuscat Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Samuel Parafotis, Director of Atoka Bands, assisted by Mr. Ron Cunningham and Color Guard Coordinator Amira Hill, Atoka Public Schools proudly presents the 2025 Pride of Atoka Wampuscat Marching Band. Our musical theme this year is entitled Our Time Together, featuring the songs Scars of Time from Chronocross, Defying Gravity from the musical Wicked, In My Life by the Beatles, and Finale B from the musical Rent. Pride of Atoka, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride of Atoka Wampuscat Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride of Atoka Wampus Cat Marching Band.
That was the Pride of Atoka, the Atoka Wampus Cat Marching Band. We'll take another break and be back here on the Flower Garden Halftime Show right after this on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their two daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
We're back here at halftime. Just under 4 minutes left in the halftime festivities as the Pride of Atoka has just finished up with their performance.
Got about 3.5 minutes left, like Blaine said. Wildcats really kind of got things moving on the really there in the second quarter. Blaine, you talked in the pregame show about how the second quarter has been the kind of the boogaboo for the Wildcats this season. That's kind of been the quarter where things kind of not unravel, but some misfortune goes their way one way or the other. Some missed tackling, missed open field tackling. But we've seen in the second quarter where the Wildcats were really kind of able to kind of get their feet underneath them and maybe kind of get something consistently going on offense that we really haven't seen this year.
Yeah, you kind of turned the second quarter woes from the first two games around, like you said, with 7-0 after the first quarter, outscored Atoka 18-6 in that second quarter. I think the biggest key defensively so far tonight for me, Cody, is the tackling has been much better. They've moved the ball on you some. McCall's a good player. He's going to make some runs on you. But most of those runs have not necessarily been because of broken tackles. You've been doing a pretty good job. It's maybe taken 2 or 3 guys to get him down, and that's okay. He's a good player, a good runner. It's going to take multiple guys to get him down. But you've done a good job of not just completely whiffing on tackles to let him get loose. The play that he got loose for the 52-yard touchdown run was just a really well-executed play by the Wampus Cats, giving him a nice lane, sealing the edge, and getting there for you. So to me, defensively in the second half, the key is not necessarily to tackle better. You've tackled well. Just got to get off blocks a little better in some instances to not let them have any more of those big plays like they hit you with on the one touchdown. Offensively, you found a way to run the ball tonight. You're a little bit over 5 yards a carry, and that has opened up everything else. That's opened up the passing game. The offensive line has done a good job of giving Brown enough time to hit those bigger plays down the field. You've had some good individual efforts from wide receivers making some tough catches. Davis Grant especially with a couple of really tough catches, one for a touchdown, one to set you up for that last touchdown right before the half. Just been a much better overall half of football, the most complete half of football so far this season by far for the Wildcats, and just got to keep it going. And rushing the ball, it's not been that we've necessarily hit a lot of big plays, but we've consistently found a way to get 3 or 4 yards, where in the first couple of games it was a struggle to consistently at least just get 3 or 4 yards.
Kind of feel like consistency is the word that we've really been using this year for the Wildcat offense, or in lack of thereof, inconsistency. It just seemed like the Wildcats have kind of been able to sustain a drive, and that does help by having a big play. The last couple of series they've had at least one big play in each series, the last couple of offensive series.
Yep.
And that's something that hasn't come so far this year for the Wildcats.
And your luck has turned around a little bit. First 2 games, you experienced a little bit of bad luck defensively as far as tipped balls going against you. Tonight you got one in your favor on that last drive to really kickstart that last scoring drive up against the clock on the tip pass that Lucas Franklin was able to pull in off the deflection as an offensive lineman and actually get 10 or 15 yards on a first down. So sometimes it's as simple as getting a little bit of luck on your side to help kickstart something. And the Wildcats have done a really good job of executing so far tonight and taking advantage when they've had those opportunities.
We'll take one more final break here on the Flower Garden halftime show. When we return, we'll have the start of the second half right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
Looking for the perfect outfit or a unique gift? Visit Triple Heart Boutique. The latest trends in women and children's clothing, stylish accessories, and charming decor. Show your team pride with their exclusive Spirit Wear collection. Need an energy boost? Stop by for one of their refreshing teas and stay glowing all year long with their tanning and red light beds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 6 and Saturday 10 till 2. Visit Triple Heart Boutique at 117 North Main Street in Coalgate.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
And we're back here as the Atokas finally made their way out of the locker room. Here warming up for the halftime festivities. 2.5 minutes to go here before halftime. Blaine, we talked about the Wildcats. Really, you kind of felt like the Wampus Cats on that 52-yard run there from McCall to score. that you kind of thought, well, maybe the Wampus Cats got a little bit of momentum there, and then the Wildcats were able to come down and score with 3 seconds left. And the fact that they now get the ball coming out of the third quarter, how big is it to come out and kind of put together a drive to kind of, force Atoka's hand, kind of establish your dominance here to start the third quarter?
Oh, it's huge from the perspective of when you have a chance to really kind of, would hate to not necessarily say completely put a game away, but come fairly close to putting a game away early in the second half. You've got a good opportunity. You're up 19, getting the ball. This is when, if you're going to be a pretty good team, like the Wildcats are striving to be, a good team comes out here after half and goes down the field and puts 6 more on the board and doesn't give Atoka a chance to get going and get some momentum back in this game. So this first drive is very important. And like you said, that last drive before half was super important to give you a chance to do that and to steal that momentum back that Atoka had gained off of the McCall touchdown run that made it 19-6. And let's not forget the fact of how good the execution was as far as the clock management on that last drive. You used your timeouts perfectly to give you a shot. You did a really good job of getting up to the ball quickly after the big pass to Davis Grant set you up. And actually didn't even spike it, didn't even have to spike it. You had it at the 2 and actually got lined up quick enough to just run a play and get it into the end zone. So really good.
Which was a dangerous play in itself.
It was, but you had – there was 9 seconds left, so in theory you could have had a couple of shots if you threw it, but you felt like you had all the momentum. You got to the line quickly. Atoka probably wasn't really fully set defensively yet, so that was a good time to try to just the little 2-yard run up the middle, and it worked out. But really good execution ending the half by the Wildcats there, and just want to keep that momentum going and get a good drive to start the second half here and really kind of put your foot on the gas and try to blow this game open coming out of halftime.
This will be the final non-district game for the Wildcats this season, as the Wildcats will have a bye week next week before starting district play in 2 weeks against the Holdenville Wolverines. Again, non-district play, Blaine, is just kind of glorified, not a scrimmage, because they do count, but non-district wins and losses absolutely hold no merit and hold no weight in the grand scheme of things when trying to make a playoff push. The season really starts for the Wildcats in 2 weeks.
Yeah, the non-district is all about competition and being competitive, and sure, you want to win the games, but as much as anything, it's about setting a foundation for what you're going to be the whole season, trying to find your identity in those first 3 games and just continue to get better. And the Wildcats are having a good game of doing that here tonight. You're getting the running game going. You're getting the explosive plays going that have kind of been lacking the first couple of weeks. Really trying to kickstart your season and really get in gear going into what really matters, which is your district games for playoff purposes.
So as we start the third quarter here, I want to welcome everybody back. The start of the second half here for the Boggy Bottom Bowl. The Atoka Wampus Cats will be kicking off to the Coalgate Wildcats. Looks like they got too many people out there. Maybe they don't.
No, just repositioning.
Here's the kickoff. It's a deep kick, pushing Stowe back to the 15. That's where he fields it up to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. He's going to be taken down by a couple of Wildcats. Somebody blows a tire at the 30-yard line. Wildcats will take over at their own 33-yard line. Pretty good pretty good kick return again there from Bryson Stowe to get the Wildcat offense started.
Yeah, good job by Bryson of picking a lane early and getting up to speed quickly, getting close to 20 yards on that return out to the 33-yard line. It's where the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 to start this second half.
As you're up 19 points here, you really want to see the offensive line establish dominance here and kind of put the game away and by running the ball. And kind of like to see some rushing lanes open here for the Wildcats. Rowdy Hemphill is going to get the start at running back here to start the third quarter. Shotgun formation. It's a quick pass. Far side to Loudermilk. Catches it at the 36. Stiff arms a player down to the 40. It's a good first down play there from Easton Loudermilk. Picks up about 7 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's a good drive starter there for the Wildcats. Just a easy little pitch and catch out to Loudermilk in the flat, and he does a good job of pushing forward, being hard to tackle, and getting about 7 yards to set you up for a 2nd and short here.
In shotgun formation, Colby Brown in at quarterback. It's going to be a handoff, Hemphill up the middle. Dives forward, picks up a couple of yards. Looks like it's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 now coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Hemphill did a good job of getting what he could there. Got low, kind of dove underneath some tacklers to get a couple yards there out to the 42, where it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Wildcats.
Ball is spotted at the 42-yard line. Need to get to the 43. Here in this opening series for the Wildcats coming out of halftime. And both teams looking for their first victory of the season. Shotgun formation. Ernest Smith in at fullback. Hemphill in the backfield. Brown gets a snap, handoff Hemphill, but it's blowed up by the defensive line, and Hemphill is going to go nowhere. I think forward progress is going to get him almost back to the line of scrimmage. I think he's going to lose a yard. It's going to be 4th and 2 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good job defensively by the Wampus Cats, getting in the backfield, causing some problems there on that short yardage play. Hemphill actually loses a yard back to the 41, where it's now 4th and 2. Interesting to see what will the Wildcats do here with a 4th and short to start the second half.
Wildcats haven't done a hard count in a long time. Atoka's not going to bite. And Brown's going to take a couple of steps back, and we're going to see another punt. Atoka does not send anybody back. It's a short line drive kick, and it's going to take a Colgate roll, the 35 to the 30, and it's going to come up just shy of the 25. The 26 will be where it's fielded, and the Atoka Wampus Cats get a quick 3 and out from the Colgate offense, and the Wampus Cats come back out on the field starting at their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, not the way you wanted to start the first half offensively, but I think it was the correct call to go ahead and punt there. That it was tempting to go for it as it's just 4th and 2 or 3, but don't want to give the Wampus Cats any momentum and give them a drive starting in your own end of the field. So good decision there to go ahead and punt it and flip field position a little bit. Wampus Cats take over 1st and 10 from their own 26 on their first drive of the second half.
Atoka Wampus Cats left to right on your radio dial. Barton in at quarterback, being flanked by McCall. The first play of the third quarter for Atoka is going to be to McCall, and he's going to get the handoff. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, that time better defensively. Meeting McCall in the backfield, that was Kyler Woods, first man in. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, good job that time by that Wildcat defensive line of eating up those blocks, allowing the linebackers to get in there and clean that play up, bring McCall down for no gain, 2nd and 10.
Same formation. Barton looking over at the coaches. Now gets the snap. Looking to throw. Steps up. Quick pass out to the sideline. Caught at the 30. Pretty good play there. Kind of catching Colgate on that soft coverage. Going to pick up about 7 yards on that second down play. It'll be 3rd and 3 coming up now for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, Atoka just kind of taking what the defense was giving them there, that soft coverage, getting it out there quickly to the receiver. Gets about 7 yards, but a good sure tackle by Colby Brown to limit it right there. Now looks like Atoka got Colgate to jump on that one.
Colgate a little too excited, and Atoka's going to get a free first down on that play.
A 5-yard penalty, and that will give the Wampus Cats a first down.
Yeah, not the way you wanted to start the second half defensively there, giving up a first down via the penalty there, the offsides. Atoka will have it 1st and 10 from their own 38 after that offsides penalty.
Same formation for the Wampus Cats. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. McCall in the backfield with Barton. Barton gets the snap. Another handoff. McCall tries to go right, and he's met by a host of Wildcats, and he's going to go down. Forward progress of getting back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain on the first down run. 2nd and 10 now for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, good job that time of defending that kind of counter play. You had the guard and the center pulling, trying to create a hole there, but the Wildcats did a good job of taking on those blocks. The linebackers came in and able to hold that one to no gain, 2nd and 10.
Shotgun formation. Barton gets the snap, looking to pass. Quick pass out to the near side, and a good open field tackle there by Colby Brown. That's something that we haven't really seen a whole lot of, is good, sure open field tackling this year. And Coach Hopkins, the defensive coordinator, really said they really emphasized open field tackling this week, and it really showed there on that play. No gain, 3rd and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, it really did show there. Nice open field tackle by Colby Brown. Another just quick pass out to the flat, but he did a good job of not letting his man get free and make it 3rd and 10 from the 38.
3rd and 10, probably obvious passing situation here for the Wampus Cats as the Wildcats now do a little defensive shuffle. McCall flanking Barton to his right. Now moves to the left, gets the snap. Looking to throw, going to throw across the middle, and it's going to be pass interference. They're going to get Bryson Stowe on that pass interference. That throw was thrown into coverage. Not sure Stowe needed to do that. I think it might have been high anyway.
Yeah, just unfortunate because, like you said, you had the coverage there, just got there a little bit early. Wildcats did a good job on that one, kind of showing blitz early and then bailing out of it at the snap, trying to confuse the young quarterback for the Wampus Cats, and it had kind of worked. The throw was into coverage, but Stowe got there just a little bit early for the penalty.
Stowe about halfway ahead, Hunter, back there playing that free safety position. Always looking for them big hits across the middle. It's going to move the ball inside the 50-yard line after they finally get it spotted. Looks like it's going to be about the Colgate 47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. 25-6, 7:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the snap. And the ball's batted down. Again, that's Easton Loudermilk bats that ball down.
Yeah, they were trying to set up a screen to the receiver over here on the near side of the field. Loudermilk did a good job of realizing that that's what was going on. Wasn't going to be able to get to the quarterback, just getting his hands up in the passing lane and knocking that one away. It's about the 2nd or 3rd time tonight that a Wildcat defensive end has done a good job of doing that, not getting to the quarterback but getting their hands up in the lanes.
Empty backfield. Now quick pass out to McCall, and it goes through his hands. McCall had some room to run, and I think he realized it. He just takes his eyes off the ball, and it falls right through his hands. Incomplete, 3rd and 10 coming up for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, fortunate one for the Wildcats because they had that set up. He was going to be able to get quite a few yards on that little quick flip out to the running back coming out of the backfield. Like you said, I think you described it perfectly, was probably took his eyes off of it a little bit looking downfield, not able to haul it in.
3rd and 10 coming up now for the Wampus Cats. Ball spotted at the Colgate 47-yard line. Barton gets the snap. Here comes the blitz. It's a high pass and over the head of the intended receiver. It's like Walkup got beat a little bit, but a bad pass there from Barton as he was feeling the pressure up the middle. Wasn't able to step into that throw, and a punt now coming up for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, Wildcats kind of dodged a bullet on that one once again. You sent the house and not able to get home, and Walkup did get beat really on that far side, but fortunate the pass was too long for the receiver, and looks like the Wampus Cats are set up to punt here on 4th and 10.
Pass was intended for number 9. I don't have number 9 on the roster. So here comes a punt for the Wampus Cats. Good snap, good punt. High hang time. It's going to go out of bounds on the Atoka sidelines about the 27, 28, 29-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats will take over. As both teams now have had to punt after they're coming out their first offensive series out of the second half. The Wildcats will take over now at their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, good job defensively of stiffening up after you gave up 1 first down on the offside penalty. And then, I guess you gave up 2 first downs, one on the offside but both via the penalty.
Yeah.
One offsides and then one on the pass interference. Did a good job of bowing up after that, forcing the punt. Wildcats take over 1st and 10 from their own 29 for their second possession of the 3rd quarter.
Those last couple of plays there from the Wildcat defense were blitzes that come up the middle and kind of affecting the young quarterback, the freshman, not able to step into the pocket and make a good throw on either one of those plays. The Wildcats coming out 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, shotgun formation, another handoff, walk-up, tries to get around the right edge. He does, 30. Almost to the 35, and that's where he goes down at the 35-yard line. Picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good blocking there on that right side getting Walkup some room to run as he gets about 6 out to the 35-yard line as we've got a Wildcat down. Looks like that's Easton Loudermilk that's down.
We'll take a break. Be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
No one likes the hassle of going to the tag office. That's why Cole County Tag Agent Leslie Battles and staff work to give you prompt service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and even through lunch with no appointment needed. Cole County Tag Agency is a full-service motor license agency, providing registration renewals and title transfers for all types of vehicles, including boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Driver's license renewals, real IDs, notary service, and now Pike Pass pickup location. Cole County Tag Agency, 28 North Main in Colgate, a proud sponsor of Colgate Athletics.
When it comes to gifts that wow them, start your journey at the Flower Garden at 32 North Main in Colgate. Whether it's planning that big event or you just remembered your wedding anniversary midway through the workday, the Flower Garden can get the gift you need right and on time. Follow the Flower Garden on Facebook or book online 24/7 at theflowergardencolgate.com. The Flower Garden, proudly serving Colgate and surrounding areas since 1945.
And we're back here in the third quarter at Atoka, 6 minutes and 37 seconds to go after a 6-yard run by Jet Walkup around the right side to bring up 2nd and 4 coming up here for the Wildcat offense as Easton Loudermilk is the Wildcat on the ground. He's able to get up on his own, is able to walk off on his own. Don't want to speculate anything. Hope to see Easton back in the game here before too long. He's able to run off the field on his own, doesn't look too serious. So the Wildcats will have a 2nd and 4 coming up here at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good sign. Looked like didn't really look like he was limping or anything coming off. That's a good sign for the Wildcats.
Wildcats going to go shotgun formation. Walkup still in the game at running back. Gets a handoff up the middle, crossing the line of scrimmage, falls forward, picks up 2 down to the 37. It'll be 3rd and 2 now coming up. About the same spot as the last drive ended at Blaine. In a similar situation here, 3rd and 2, ball at the Colgate 37-yard line.
Yeah, not a lot of room on that one. Did a good job to fall forward and get what he could, make it 3rd and 2. You know, last time you were in this situation, you tried to run it on 3rd and short, got stuffed. It'd be interesting to see what the offensive approach is here, if maybe it's more of a play action or a quick throw out to the flat. Try to get one of your playmakers the ball in space, perhaps.
Wampus Cats playing close on, and I think we're going to have maybe a offsides.
Yep.
They're going to get the near side cornerback got into that neutral zone. It's going to give the Wildcats a free first down. I believe that was Ritchie on the penalty. That'll move the ball outside of the 40, now to the 41. Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Well, for sure want to try to find a way to take advantage of this. Got a free first down there to get a drive started on a 3rd down. Want to see if you can make something happen with it now. Wildcats content to chew up quite a bit of the clock in between plays here. Let that play clock run pretty deep.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Walkup flanking Brown. Gets the snap. Another handoff to Walkup. Tries to get to the right side edge, but it is blown up in the backfield. That was number 50, Shy Washington, into the backfield. And Walkup, his forward progress, loses 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, never really had a chance on that one. The Wampus Cat defender was able to get in the backfield immediately, and Walkup really had nowhere to go. Lost a couple yards back to the 39. Be 2nd and about 12 or 13.
Game clock now just turned 5 minutes. Wildcats with a 19-point lead here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the play. Brown rolling to his right. Flag coming at the line of scrimmage. And Brown's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Got a flag on the near side just as the snap was going.
But there is a penalty flag on the play.
Brown loses a bunch of yards on that run, that quarterback scramble.
Yeah, that play just kind of looked off from the beginning, Cody. We'll see what the call is, but kind of almost really a broken play, and Brown scrambles but not able to have much good come out of it. Actually lost about 6 yards here before we see what the penalty is.
Has something to do with the line of scrimmage. Obviously, they're now bringing in the far side referee. The far sideline judge talked things over with the white hat.
Yeah, the flag was initially thrown by this near sideline judge. See what the call is here. What would that be? Illegal substitution, I think.
Yep. Yep. So they will decline the penalty, take the loss of yards. Colby Brown was sacked all the way back at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, and that's definitely the right call for the Wampus Cats here to just go ahead and take the loss on the play because it's setting the Wildcats up here with this will be a 3rd and 19 from their own 33-yard line coming up.
Got to get past the 50 into the the Wampus Cat side of the 50 down to about the 48.5-yard line for a first down.
From the Wildcats' perspective, the one good thing about this is the clock is running. You are chewing up quite a bit of clock while you have the ball here.
Shotgun formation. Brown gets the snap. Looking to throw. Blitz coming. He's going to throw deep down the far side into double coverage. That was a jump ball. Falls incomplete. Good coverage there by the Wampus Cat defensive back to knock that ball down. An obvious.
Got a flag, though, roughing the passer.
I think Colgate may get bailed out of here with a fresh set of downs.
You will, because that's automatic first down, is it not?
I believe so, because we talked about the pass interference is not an automatic first down.
In high school, pass interference is not an automatic, but I believe roughing the passer is.
Colby Brown took a big hit as he threw the ball. They're moving the ball all the way down almost to the 50.
Let's see if they move the sticks or not.
Penalty goes against the Wampus Cats on the play.
Yes, they are going to move the sticks. It is an automatic first down, so the Wildcats get bailed out on that late hit.
Huge turn of events for the Wildcats. A big penalty to get you a first down. Now you've got 2 first downs on this drive via the penalty, and that was a big one, getting you out of a 3rd and 19 where you had thrown an incomplete pass.
Ball spotted at the Colgate 48. It's going to be a handoff. Walk up around the near side to the 50, to the 45. Stiff arms to the 40, and ridden down from behind, pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's the best run we've seen from Jet Walkup on this young season. Was able to get to that left side edge. Picks up about 17 yards on that run all the way down to the Wampus Cat 35-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will take over. First down and 10.
Yeah, really nice job of using his vision and following his blocks that were set up out here on this near side of the field, and a good job of blocking by both the line and the receivers over on this side, getting him that 17-yard gain for a first down.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right. Brown gets the snap. Quick pass near side. Davis Grant catches it at the 30, and he's going to be wrestled down by a host of Wampus Cats. Picks up about 4 yards on that first down pass. It'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just a good play there on first down. Get the ball out of Colby Brown's hands quickly. A little bit of soft coverage, getting it out to Davis Grant in the flat, letting him try to make some men miss. Atoka did a good job of rallying to the football and getting him stopped after just about 4 yards, but you'll take that on first down, set up 2nd down and 6 from the 31.
Same formation. Jack walk up in the backfield. Brown gets a snap. Another quick pass to Davis Grant. Sheds a defender 25 to the 20. Tiptoeing down the sidelines to the 15 to the 10. And taken down inside the 10. What an athletic play there from Davis Grant. Wampus Cats flying all around him. Unable to get him tackled down. They're going to mark him inside the 10 down at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
Yeah, really nice job by Grant just making people miss and being athletic, getting 23 yards on a first down.
Quickly up to the line of scrimmage and a kind of a bad snap, but able to hand it off to Walkup. He's able to get positive yards. Picks up a couple down to the 6. It'll be 2nd and goal from the Atoka 6.
Yeah, good job of just getting what he could on that. Only gets a couple, but positive yards are never a bad thing, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 6. But play before was just a really nice individual effort by Grant to make some people miss, tiptoe along the sidelines, and get 23 yards on a first down on what was really just a 5-yard passing catch.
As a Wildcat offense, get the ball in the playmakers' hands, into Stowe and into Davis Grant, your 2 playmakers. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. It's a bad snap. Brown gets it, having to tuck it and run up to the 5. He's going to get a few positive yards down to the 4. That could have been disastrous, and we got a Wampus Cat down at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Brown did a good job of turning a negative into a positive. Not the greatest snap in the world, couldn't catch it cleanly, but able to pick it up and get forward for another couple of yards instead of a 5 or 6 yard loss. Not really necessarily about the yards you gain on that one. It's about the yards you didn't lose.
And so that's another bad snap here inside the 5-yard line. We've seen a couple of bad snaps as McCall was the one to go down for the Wampus Cats. He now makes his way to the sideline.
Well, it's 3rd and goal from the 4, so you definitely figure you got 2 plays to get 4 yards here. See what the Wildcats come out and run here on this 3rd down play.
I just want to see some bully ball where your offensive line says, we'll get you your 4 yards, follow us.
Yeah.
Here's the snap, shotgun formation, and it's bobbled by Brown, and he's going to take a sack.
And
he
lost
loses
the ball
it.
still live.
Ball still loose. Colgate, I think he got back on it. I don't know if the ball's getting wet, if it's getting slick, if there's moisture on the turf out there. It looks like there's a little moisture on the turf from up here. But something's happening down there where Brown's not able to get a good read on the snap.
Yeah, and that one, I don't know if that one was really necessarily a bad snap. I think he just kind of took his eyes off of it and dropped it.
Yep.
Fortunate that they were able to get back on it and at least retain possession, but now you've got 4th and goal from the 18.
And another example of poor execution inside the 10-yard line for the Wildcats this year. That's multiple times the Wildcats have been inside the 10, around the 5, where they ended up getting no points on the play. We'll see what happens here. Blitz coming. Throw across the middle. It's high and batted down, intended for Stowe. And the Wildcats are going to come up empty after being down at the 4-yard line. We've seen that on the first series of the game where they were able to get to the 4-yard line, and the penalty pushed them back outside the 20. Twice that's happened tonight, Blaine. The Wildcats come up empty.
Yeah, first time was penalty. Second time just poor execution as far as handling the snap. And unfortunately cost yourselves a couple of touchdowns potentially with those offensive series that you did that on. But as it is, Atoka takes over 1st and 10 from their own 18 here. Minute 25 left in the 3rd quarter. You haven't scored this quarter, but you've possessed the ball well and at least chewed a lot of clock this quarter.
Wade McCall back out on the field after sitting out a couple of defensive plays. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left. Here's the snap. Barton, quick pass out to the far side. And through the hands of the intended receiver. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. It stops the clock with 1:21 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, not the most accurate throw that time there. Needed to be out in front of his receiver for him to catch that on the move, and the throw was a little bit behind him. Wasn't able to corral it and bring it in. Be 2nd and 10 from the 18.
$1:21 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here in the 113th edition of the Boggy Bottom Bowl. Here comes a big blitz coming from the Wildcats. McCall's able to get through it up to the 25, taken down just shy of the 30. Needed 10, got 11, moves the sticks. Wade McCall with another 1st down and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, they caught you in a blitz that time and did a good job of executing against that blitz as they kind of ran a counter, pulled the guard through, and created a nice lane for McCall to get 11 yards on a 1st down.
Same formation, split receivers. Looking to throw, near side. Caught at the sideline. Another open field tackle there by Colby Brown. Just shy of the 35. They're going to mark him at the 33. Picks up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, playing a little bit of soft coverage, but Brown's doing a good job of firing up to the football once it is thrown and making good sure tackles, limiting these plays to just 3 and 4 yard gains. 2nd and 6 from the 33 coming up.
Stops the clock as receiver was pushed out of bounds. 61 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Barton, shotgun snap, gets it, looking to throw. Same play, near side, and through the hands. Atoka's got a case of the dropsies here the last couple of plays. 3rd and 6 coming up now for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, the first one a couple of plays ago was not a real accurate ball. That one was. That was a good throw. That's one that's got to be caught if you're a Wampus Cat. Wouldn't have been big yardage, but would have set you up for a 3rd and short instead of a 3rd and 6.
Tegan Richardson, the intended receiver on that play. Here's 3rd and 6 coming up here for the Wampus Cats. Barton gets a snap, another quick pass out to the far side. Caught that time. Sheds a tackle in open field. But good help coming in from Kyler Woods. Comes in, negates what could have been a big play. Only picks up a couple on the play. It'll be 4th and 4 coming up now for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, good job by Kyler Woods coming from his linebacker position, making a good open field tackle there to limit that to a gain of just a couple. It'll be 4th and 4 for Atoka from their own 35-yard line.
Wampus Cats will have to run a play here.
And starting to get to the time of game here where even though this is on your end of the field, well, looks like they're going to line up to punt. Started to say you might see them go for this with the third quarter clock draining away, but it does look like they're going to punt.
Bryson Stowe standing at his own 35-yard line. It's a low snap and a bad punt. Is it going to get to the 50? It does not. It takes a Coalgate roll backwards, and Coalgate will take over on the Atoka side of the 50 at the 48-yard line. That was kind of a rushed play. It was a low snap. The punter wasn't able to step into it. And then it takes a Coalgate bounce, and the Wildcats will take over at their, Atoka 48-yard line with 4.7 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, good starting field position for this drive for the Wildcats. Would like to really take advantage of that on the play there. Hate to put it all on the punter. It was a bad snap, low snap. He did a good job of fielding it and getting the punt away, but not much yardage on that punt. Only gained about 13 yards of field position if you're the Wampus Cats on that punt. Wildcats take over 1st and 10 from the Atoka 48. They will have to run one more play here before the end of the third quarter.
So shotgun formation, Hemphill into the game at running back. Brown gets the snap. Handoff, Hemphill bobbles it, tries to get around the edge and taken down at the line of scrimmage, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. 25-6 going into the fourth. We'll take a break and be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
Looking for the perfect outfit or a unique gift? Visit Triple Heart Boutique. The latest trends in women and children's clothing, stylish accessories, and charming decor. Show your team pride with their exclusive Spirit Wear collection. Need an energy boost? Stop by for one of their refreshing teas and stay glowing all year long with their tanning and red light beds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 6 and Saturday 10 till 2. Visit Triple Heart Boutique at 117 North Main Street in Coalgate.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back here as we flip sides of the field. Colgate Wildcats now going left to right on your radio dial here in this final 12 minutes of the 113th Boggy Bottom Bowl. The Wildcats with a 19-point lead. Neither team scoring in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the left, shotgun formation for the Wildcats. Easton Loudermilk back into the game. Here's a snap, handoff, Hemphill bounces, lowers his shoulder, gets almost shy of the 45-yard line. Going to pick up a couple, and it will be third down and 8 coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not a lot of room there. Hemphill does what he can, gets a couple of yards there to make it 3rd and 8. Here, Wildcats will be pretty deliberate with this and take up quite a bit of this play clock before they snap it, you would think.
$11 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the Boggy Bottom Bowl. Again, both teams looking for their first win. Wildcats have been shut out twice inside the Atoka 5-yard line. Brown rolling, going to tuck it and run to the 45 to the 40. Has some room to the 35 to the 30. Still on his feet, tiptoes down the sideline.
Oh, there's a flag, though. Think they may get Bryson Stowe for a block in the back or a hold out here on the edge.
Flag was thrown past the line of, past the first down marker. Flag was thrown at the 36-yard line. It's going to be a hold against the Wildcats.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because you may have felt like you needed to do it to spring him for an even bigger play, but you didn't need to do it to get the first down. He was going to have the first down regardless. as it is, it's going to push you back.
So actually no gain on the play.
Basically just a do-over of the play.
Yep, so it will be 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Wildcats. The flag was thrown 2 yards past the line to gain, so a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul puts the ball back to the original line of, or excuse me, back to the 3rd down line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8. 3 receivers to the left. Brown gets a snap. Quick pass out to the flats to Loudermilk, and he bobbles it. Falls incomplete. I think Loudermilk kind of did what McCall did, kind of had some open space, took his eyes off the ball, and it falls incomplete. 4th down coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's so hard not to do as a receiver when you're in that position. You're trying to get a peek downfield and see what you got in front of you once you do catch it, and unfortunately not able to haul it in, and now you've got 4th and 8. Would think here the Wildcats will probably do their normal thing and line up, maybe try to see if you can get them to draw off sides and then back up and punt, see if you can pin them deep.
Play clock now at 10 seconds. Kobe Brown's going to take a few steps back. Atoka still with nobody back to recover. And that ball is not going to go anywhere. And it's going to go backwards.
Somebody catch it.
Colgate's got to stop it. That was a 6-yard punt.
Yeah.
It went about 30 yards in the air, but went 6 yards forward. So Colgate still wouldn't have got the 1st down on the punt.
Yeah, just too much hang time on that one. Obviously didn't hit that one the way he wanted to, coming off his foot. Sent it straight up in the air and only got about 6 yards of field position out of it.
You know, you can't foresee what's going to happen, but Wildcats might have been better off trying to go for it there had they have known that was going to be the result.
If you knew that, but hindsight's always 20/20.
Yep.
Up 19 in the 4th quarter, a 4th and 8. Punting's definitely the right play. Just got to be executed a little better, ideally.
So Atoka still with some life left to breathe here. Still 10.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, trailing 19. It is a 3-possession ball game for the Wampus Cats. It's a handoff. It's actually going to be a pass down the middle, and it's McCall caught at the 45-yard line of the Wildcats. They caught the Colgate Wildcats looking. That's a big gain there from Ritchie to McCall on that double pass all the way down to the Colgate 37-yard line. Atoka quickly to the line of scrimmage. Now another pass out to the flats to Ritchie. Has some room to run to the 35 to the 30. Still on his feet to the 25. Refused to go down. This is what you don't want to see for the Wildcats. The Wampus Cat offense getting a little bit, some positive going-ons for the offense.
And for the first time all night, the not tackling bug kind of jumped up on that play right there. You should have had him for about 5 yards, and you just didn't tackle and let him get an extra 6 or 7 on a 1st down.
I think that's what Coach Caters want to talk about. Going to call timeout for the Wildcats. 10:09 to go here in the 4th. We'll take a break and be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
And we're back here. 10:09 to go in the 4th quarter. Wampus Cats not going down quietly. 1st and 10 from the Colgate 25-yard line. Barton gets the snap. Under pressure. Still under pressure.
Oh, that's a fumble.
Backwards.
It's going to go out of bounds.
It goes out of bounds.
Don't know what the flag is for, but
I don't think he knew what to do. That was such a weird play.
Yeah,
he just
it's
threw
not
the
a flag.
I don't think it's a flag.
I think he maybe meant to reach for the beanbag for a fumble, and he grabbed the flag.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big loss as it is. That's a loss of 18.
All the way back to the 43-yard line.
So in the stat book, that goes down as a negative 18-yard rush, basically, on the fumble.
That's kind of the freshman quarterback trying to do something. Probably
just eat the sack at that point.
Yeah. Worst thing you could do is make it worse. So now it's second down and about 3.5 miles.
Basically lost another 10 yards over just taking the sack.
Atoka's got to get to the Colgate 15-yard line.
Yeah, it is officially a 2nd and 28 here from the 43.
Play clock now inside of 10. Atoka a little bit confused as to what play they're running. Now 3 seconds on the play clock. Down to 2, just gets it off. McCall gets a swing pass out in the backfield, and he does not go down easily. Catches it at the 40, goes around the freshman Reed Abels, and finally taken down shy of the 30 down to the 32. McCall able to get a bunch chunk of that back.
Yeah, got a good chunk. It is still 3rd and 17 from the 32 here, but once again, you didn't tackle real great on that play. You had a chance to get him down after just 4 or 5 yards, and you ended up letting him get about 15.
And that was after McCall had ran into Barton in the backfield.
Wildcats jump, but they do get back out of the neutral zone, so no penalty.
Again, play clock at 10 seconds. Barton giving the play to the receivers, now 3 seconds. Here's the snap. Looking to throw, has time, steps up, deep pass into the end zone, and just over the head of everybody. There was about 2 Wampus Cats in the area. Falls incomplete in the end zone. It'll bring up 4th down, and we'll call it 17 coming up.
Yeah, good coverage on that play by the Wildcats. No one was really open. Barton just heaving it down there, trying to give his guys a chance, but that play was defended well by the Wildcats, and now it'll be 4th and 17 for Atoka from the Colgate 32.
Obvious 4-down territory here for the Wampus Cats, as Atoka's been kind of late getting the play
now we got a flag. Delay of game.
Delay of game against Atoka.
Penalty against the Wampus Cats.
I think it might have been on getting the ball.
Would have had to have been because the play clock, there's no way the play clock would have ran out in that amount of time.
There's still not a game ball. They still don't have a game ball. So that's what the delay of game is. Atoka had a delay of game. They couldn't get a game ball in. So that's a 5-yard penalty. That makes that 4th and 17 now. 4th and 22. Even harder. Empty backfield. 5 receivers here for Atoka.
And that's a penalty you don't see very often, Cody. In fact, I don't know that I've ever really
I don't think
seen
I've
that.
seen it. Usually have a ball boy on the side. Here comes the snap. Under pressure. Hit as he's thrown. And through the hands of Bryson Stowe. Almost had a pick. It's going to fall incomplete, and Barton took another big hit by guess who? Easton Loudermilk.
Yeah, Loudermilk has been pretty well unblockable tonight for that Wampus Cat offensive line. He's been in there a lot in the backfield on defense, and Stowe almost had an interception on that one, just went through his hands. But as it is, actually probably better that you don't catch that field position-wise because it's 4th down, and now you're taking over on your own 37 instead of having it down probably inside
15,
your 20.
Yeah. Yep.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 37, exactly 9 minutes left on the clock, and this is where you want to, like we've said earlier, it would be nice if you can find a way here to really assert your dominance as an offensive line in this moment and kind of take over this game and run the ball, chew up some clock, and end it in the end zone for kind of a put-away score here in the 4th quarter.
So we've seen the Wildcats a couple of different times tonight able to drive the field and then come up empty inside the 10. Here's a snap. Quick pass. That's Loudermilk. Catches it down the seams up to the 50. And a good possession catch there by Easton Loudermilk. Picks up about 13 yards on that first down pitch and catch. Inside the 50 down to the Atoka 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
And that's what Loudermilk can do so well for you in the passing game. Just that big target in the middle of the field up the seam on those RPOs that can then drag tacklers forward for a 1st down.
Walkup blew that play up in the backfield, but he's able to get by the defender, 45 down to the 40. Took what was going to be a big loss and turns it into about a 9-yard gain. Kind of seeing Jet Walkup kind of coming of age here tonight, Blaine. Starting to get a couple of pretty decent runs here in the second half for the young running back.
Well, I'm telling you, what I'm seeing is he's doing a much better job of getting up to speed quickly when he gets the ball tonight. He's making a decision of where he's going faster than he has the first 2 games and just getting up to speed and going with his first instinct of where to go instead of at times the first couple of games he's almost looked like he's second-guessing himself a little bit of do I go right, do I go left?
And here's a wrinkle. See, they're lining Walkup about 2 yards behind. Actually, it's more of the pistol formation.
Pistol. Yeah.
Where Walkup actually has the head full of steam, and there's a quick pass out to Davis Grant, has the first down at 35, taken down at the 30, moves the chains to the Wildcats, and a couple back-to-back big plays here.
And what
Wildcats
I'm seeing,
will have possession at the 30-yard line of Atoka.
And what I'm seeing on this drive too, Cody, it's been more RPOs starting off here than we've probably run so far on the season. I think that's something that this offense should be built to do pretty well, is those RPOs.
And it would be beneficial to get Walkup kind of in a movement, kind of get some kind of momentum for Jet Walkup going forward, because Hemp Hill is your running back, but you don't know how healthy Rowdy can be. He's got a bad ankle. He's tried to go for it tonight, the senior.
And he's going to get a week off next week,
going to
which
get
is
a week
going to be
off.
big.
Yep.
But even when you do get him back healthy, having kind of that change of pace back with Walkup that's a little bit speedier, a little bit shiftier than Rowdy can be a really good thing for this offense moving forward. Because, Stowe is kind of that guy, Bryson Stowe, that you don't want to really lock him into just playing running back or just playing receiver. You want to move him around and play him in different spots and kind of do whatever the defense is dictating, whatever they're giving you to get him the ball, because he's probably your best playmaker out in space. So he's going to play some running back, but he's going to play a lot of receiver as well. So the more guys you have that are capable of running the ball and doing a good job of it, the better for this offense for sure.
And, those of you watching at home, I wouldn't get so hung up on the offense. I think what you're seeing is kind of a vanilla version of what the offense can be going forward, being in this non-district setting. I don't think you've seen the exact wide array of what this offense can be. Here's the 1st and 10 play, and they're going to get a free 5 yards from the Atoka nose guard.
That's third time tonight. The Wildcats have got a free 5 yards, getting the Wampus Cats to jump.
I mean, Blaine, it's kind of death, taxes, and Colgate being able to get an off season. Yep, 2 or 3 a game.
You can just book it. It's going to happen every game over the last 3 years.
Yep.
Just good use of the snap count by this offense. And like I said, it has been ever since this coaching staff got here. They do a really good job of that.
Walkup lined up a couple of yards behind Brown. Brown gets the snap, blitz coming, runs into the blitz. Able to push the pile, gets positive yards there for Jet Walkup. Going to get it 3 yards. It's going to be a couple of yards shy of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 2 now coming up for the Wildcats.
Not a huge gain, but that's a really good play on 1st and 5. You get 3 yards, but that still sets you up for a really advantageous down and distance here. 2nd and 2, there's no better time in the world than to try a play action, take a shot, than 2nd down and 2. And you've got that set up here if you want it.
Looks like the Wildcats are going to go wishbone formation here. I think the personnel that came into the game, I think that's wishbone personnel. Brown's going to go
Cody.
under center. I'm not right most of the time, but it's going to be a handoff. Stowe tries to get to the right edge, now cuts reverse
got a lot of
course
room.
and has some room to run. He can go all the way to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Strike up the band, touchdown, Bryson Stowe.
Yeah, late flags.
And flags coming in.
I think they're going to be after the play, maybe for some celebration or something.
I think it may be some taunting going on.
It's a really nice run, though. They had it defended well to the side it was supposed to go to, and Stowe just put his foot in the ground and reversed field, and it was wide open.
We had a flag earlier in the play, though, on this side.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There is one closer to the sideline.
This may not hold, depending on what – I think this near side flag –
could be a formational issue, perhaps.
Yeah, or a hold.
Well, you hate if it's a hold all the way over here on the near side receivers. This play didn't even go that way in the end, but that would be really unfortunate. We'll see what the call is.
Colgate is walking back. It is a hold against the Wildcats.
Wow.
but a hold against Atoka. So those penalties will offset.
So
but it does take a touchdown off the field,
yeah,
off the scoreboard.
It's
though.
like the play never happened.
Yep.
Still going to have 2nd and 2.
From the 23-yard line.
So take away that really nice individual effort by Bryson Stowe to reverse field and take it to the house. We'll do it again here, 2nd and 2 from the 23. See what the Wildcats come out in on offense here. They've still got that same personnel on the field. Looks like they'll go wishbone again.
6:39 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats holding on to a 19-point lead, trying to put the dagger in the Wampus Cats here they're able to get into the end zone one more time. Wishbone formation. Brown gets a snap. Handoff to Stowe. Cutting and juking, going sideways and going nowhere but down. No gain on the play. 3rd and 2 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yep, that play was read really well by the Wampus Cats defensively. Nowhere to go for Stowe. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Now it'll be 3rd and 2 from the 23.
I know there's a whole lot going on that play, but Atoka is selling out on that wishbone run. If you're able to get something out here in the flat.
That's what I was just about to say.
There's nobody out here because Atoka is absolutely selling out.
Play action bootleg maybe or something.
Yep.
Naked boot, and Colby Brown could walk into the end zone.
Yep. Under center. Atoka showing blitz. It's a tush push. Not quite the eagle type.
He might have the first down.
He's going to be right at the line to gain. I won't call him Jalen Hurts, but he does get the job done, I think. Yep. And moves the chains for the Wildcats.
Got just enough, needed 2, and he got about 2.5, looks like.
But at what cost? You've got a Wildcat slow getting up. I believe it's a cramp.
Looks like a cramp. Yep. Looks like it's also one of the offensive linemen.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back here, 5:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Wildcats driving. We'll be back right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back. Burris, the center, is able to walk off on a leg cramp. So something to note here, Blaine. You got a backup center now coming in on this first down play, and we haven't seen anybody else take snaps except for Burris this year. So this may be an adventure in itself here.
Yeah, this might be a spot to maybe just stay in the wishbone because of that, and that way you're under center, make it a little easier. But looks like we're going to go back to shotgun formation.
Couldn't tell who came in relief. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right. Atoka showing blitz. It's a high snap. And Kobe Brown comes down with it, hands it off to Walkup, and goes backwards.
Yeah, timing kind of thrown off on that play because of the high snap and nowhere to go for Walkup. He loses 4 yards back to the 25. Be 2nd and 14. Coming up.
I don't have a number 50 on the roster, but that's who the center is for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and it's, always an adventure when you have to go to the backup center, on these snaps. Hopefully get a better one here.
Here's the second down play. It's a little high, but the ball's fumbled. Atoka was in the backfield, and they're just selling out on these runs. That was number 51 for Atoka. Lucas Johnson was able to get into the backfield, and he basically took the handoff from Kobe Brown. And just as you think that Colgate just can't deliver that dagger, this is twice now in the last couple of series for the Wildcats that they're not able to really keep their foot on the neck of the opponent.
Yeah, it's unfortunate you weren't able to, end it in a score, but to find the positive, you did eat up about 4.5 minutes of clock at least on that drive. Not how you want to end it for sure, but find the positive in it. You ate up a lot of clock. 4:43 and a 19-point deficit. That's a lot to ask of this Atoka offense to overcome.
Both teams with 2 timeouts. Barton gets the snap, shotgun, blitz coming, steps up in the pocket, hit as he's thrown. The ball is loose, saying the arm motion was going forward.
Yeah, and I think you had
Brady
McCall,
tuck rule.
and you had McCall kind of in the area to keep it from being intentional grounding because it hit a lineman, but McCall was in the area, so just an incomplete pass.
Stops the clock with 4:38 to go here in the fourth. Atoka needs points. They need yards quickly.
Good pressure once again by who else but Easton Loudermilk in the backfield blowing that up.
Here's the play. Steps up in the pocket, pump fakes, now throws it deep down the field, has a man open, and they're going to get a pass interference. That was underthrown, and the receiver did the right thing by slowing up and got ran into. You could call it on either Stowe or Brown. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Wildcats.
And that's the toughest kind of plays to defend as a defensive back is when those balls are underthrown, the receiver has an advantage. They can see it easier, see it quicker to try to work back to it. Really hard to get your head around and try to make a play on the ball without committing pass interference. Unfortunately, that was a pass interference. It's going to put it out at about the 46-yard line and a first down.
So Barton will start now with a fresh set of downs. Again, that was number 9, the intended receiver. They're lining him up by himself. I don't have him on the roster. 3 receivers to the right. Barton gets the snap, looking this way, throws it out into the flat, caught at the 40, and just almost gets away from Kobe Brown. Kobe not really forcing him out of bounds too hard. Almost give up a touchdown there.
Yeah, I wonder if Colby's a little banged up after that play before. He and Stowe kind of ran into each other and was kind of holding his arm a little gingerly after the play they had the pass interference on. May have affected him trying to get the tackle on that play.
Now it's a pitch out to McCall around the right side, tries to get the edge, cuts back to the middle of the 35,
Fumble.
and a flag coming in.
It was fumbled. I think Atoka recovered it as
recovered
well.
by Atoka, but we got a flag in the area kind of holding. It is a hold against the Wampus Cats. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Fortunately for the Wampus Cats, there was a lineman there to fall on that ball, but that was a fumble and a live ball.
Ball spotted all the way back at the Colgate 47-yard line. Still sludging through this fourth quarter. 4:19 to go here in the fourth. Colgate with a 25-6 lead. Neither team has scored here in the second half.
Yeah, after the penalty, you got a 1st and 20 from the 47.
Blitz coming up the middle, low snap. Barton under pressure, hit again as he's thrown right into the face of Reed Abels. And I think that was Weston.
Good pressure by Walker Weston, number 55.
Weston
had the pressure on the quarterback, causing that errant throw, and it just got on Reed Abels so quick he couldn't hardly react to it. Good. The Wildcats have had a lot of success when they've brought extra men on the blitz tonight.
Yeah.
2nd and 20 coming up.
The offensive line of Atoka is not able to pick up the blitz, and Barton, the freshman, getting kind of some happy feet back in there when he sees that extra man coming up the middle, which I can't blame him.
And understandably so.
The same way.
He's had a lot of pressure in his face all night tonight.
Here's the shotgun formation. Another big blitz coming up the middle. He's hit again and throws it out of bounds. That's got to be intentional grounding.
Yeah, it's got to be grounding.
There was
Nowhere near the line of scrimmage, and there's nobody in the area. Where is the flag?
They're not.
9's 15 yards upfield from where that ball went.
He was still in the tackle box.
I guess they're saying he was in the grass and they blew the play dead because there's no flag, but they're marking the ball
he
back.
Was down?
They're saying they were blowing it dead, saying his forward progress was stopped.
I got you.
So it goes as a sack for Walker Weston on that one, number 55 again in the backfield.
3rd and about 25-ish.
Yeah, what's it on, the 46?
46.
That will be
to the 27.
3rd and 27 from the 46.
That's close.
You were close.
The ish. Empty formation. High pass.
He's
got
open.
A man beat. He's open at the 25. Gets behind. Fumbles it. Ball's out. And the Wildcats are going to be able to pick it up at the 15 and goes down at the 20.
Wow.
Brown was absolutely cooked on that play. but doesn't give up and is able to strip the ball from the receiver. And the freshman Reed Abels runs down and picks up the fumble, and the Wildcats will take over at your own 22-yard line. And Kobe Brown looks gassed, Blaine.
Yeah, I think, they've run 4 or 5 deep balls in a row on him on this near side, and I think you hit it on the head there. I think he's just wore out after chasing a receiver for 4 or 5 straight plays, 30, 40 yards down the field. Got beat, but did a good job of recovering, like you said, and able to strip that football out. Reed Abels, Johnny on the spot, able to pick it up and then get about 6 or 7 yards on the return out to the 22. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
You're going to see Davis Grant now in at quarterback, probably for the rest of the game.
And that's probably for 2 reasons. One, Kobe Brown, like we said, is kind of gassed right now after covering that. And 2, maybe bringing a little bit more of an element of quarterback run here.
Yep. Ball spotted at their own 22-yard line. Atoka slow getting the extra man off. It's going to be a handoff. Stowe in the backfield. Just shy of the 25. Picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not a lot of room there, but Stowe did a good job of kind of picking his way, getting what he could get. Ends up getting about 3 out to the 25, where it'll be 2nd down and 7. Most important thing now for the Wildcats is that clock continues to roll.
Yep.
Going to eat up as much of this 40-second play clock as you can. And
ball possession is key here for the final 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, really and truly here you get a couple of first downs. You can pretty well run the clock out.
Yeah, I think Atoka is going to be pretty content sending this one home as well. Grant in the backfield now gets the snap. It's going to be another handoff. No, quarterback keeper up the middle.
Oh, he may go.
Has some room to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. And that's the element that you get with Davis Grant. He's absolutely fully 100% capable of tucking and running. And we've seen Grant score already this year from about 50 yards on a quarterback design run.
And that's why I love the call to put him in here when you're just trying to salt the game away and be able to run the football, because when he's back there at quarterback, he brings another element to your attack running the ball, because he can do that right there, keep it and take off. And that was about a 25-yard gain there, and game-saving tackle by the Wampus Cat safety, because when he first took off, it looked like he might have enough room to go.
You can look at Davis Grant, kind of the closer in baseball terms, coming in here trying to ice the game. 2:45. Atoka bringing a blitz. Going to be a handoff. Stowe around the near side, tries to get to the edge. Got a flag coming, but it's going to be going backwards here in this area of holding, probably against the Wildcats, and it is a hold against Coalgate.
Yeah, you could see that one pretty clear. It was definitely a hold, a good call. Couldn't tell which Wildcat was guilty, but was a definite hold, and mark that one 10 yards off, and you'll have 1st and 20.
That does stop the clock, though. 2:44 to go here in the 4th quarter.
It's going to put it back at about the Colgate 43, where it'll be 1st and 20. But the clock does continue to run. So still time chewing off that clock. Still take up as much of the play clock as you can, as it's about to be under 10 here, and it'll probably be under 5 before the Wildcats snap it.
1st and 20. Grant gets the snap. It's an all-out blitz, and they're going to be in Stowe's lap before he almost get the handoff from Grant. As, the Wildcats, everybody in 3 counties know what the Wildcats are going to do here for the final 2 minutes of the game, and I don't think other than taking stats away, you're not too concerned about going backwards here for the final 2 minutes. You're just trying to bleed the clock.
Just let the clock roll, and Wampus Cats had some good penetration on that one. Good job by Stowe of just hanging on to the football. That's the only thing that can really bite you at this point, is getting loose with the football and fumbling it. So good job of hanging on at 2nd and 25.
So we've seen for the final minute and a half here is the Davis Grant's going to get the ball. It's going to be a pass, a screen set up, and it's dropped by Bryson Stowe.
And you had it set up because they're selling out to stop the run. What should be a good, nice, easy, safe play to keep the clock running, and Stowe just not able to hang on to it, unfortunately, and that stops the clock with 1:37 left.
But for the final minute 37 here, we've seen the Wildcat defense again play pretty well for the third straight week here. You've seen the defense at times give up some plays, but every defense is going to give up plays.
And tonight's been the most complete game. The first couple of weeks they had a quarter in each game that they just didn't tackle well. You didn't have that tonight. You tackled well for the most part all night.
Here's the snap. Quarterback design run up the middle now, going to bounce out to the left side, tries to get to the edge of the 35 to the 40.
Go out of bounds.
And he's not going to go out of bounds. He heard you from here. It's going to be marked outside of the 40, about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, good
Most
job.
importantly, it keeps the play clock going. It will be fourth down, so the Wildcats obviously can take about 35 more seconds off this clock. Probably will call a timeout and then probably punt it away, I would guess.
Yeah, would think so. Good job by Grant. Like I said, I was telling him from up here to stay in bounds. Good job of realizing the situation. It's not about really the yardage you get at that point. It's about just go down in bounds and keep the clock running, and he did a good job of that.
Shotgun formation, and it's going to be a false start.
Yeah, that's
a little too excited over there. The freshman
a little too excited.
So that's going to stop the play. So the Wildcats don't have to call a timeout. The play clock was almost at 0 anyway. So at worst, it moves them back 5 yards, and the Wildcats will go ahead and punt it away. And for the final time tonight.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about it, it probably cost you a few seconds of bleeding off the clock.
Mm-hmm. Shotgun formation here for Colgate. And Coach Cater is going to call his final timeout. We'll take another one. We'll be back here, right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021.
And we're back where the Wildcats line up to punt it away here on this fourth down. Davis Grant steps into it. It's a line drive punt at the 40. I'm going to take a huge Colgate roll to the 30, to the 20, inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line.
The officials blow it. Yeah, started to say, don't even touch it and save an extra couple seconds. Just make the officials eventually blow the whistle. Good job of doing that by the Wildcats. Bleed a few more seconds off the clock. Nice punt, nice roll. Wampus Cats will have it 1st and 10 at their own 18, but only 32.1 seconds to play.
Only one play left here in this game, as the Wildcats will pick up victory number 1. They'll move to 1-2 on the season, where they'll take a much-needed bye week next week.
Yeah, I think it
get
comes
a little
at a good
bit of
time.
rest.
Comes at a good time. Get a couple guys that are a little banged up, some extra time to rest, really work on some things, build off this victory, some things you did really well tonight that you're going to need to do well moving forward in district play, and still got to clean up some things as well. So I think it's a really good time in the schedule for the bye week if you're the Wildcats.
Wildcats will open district play in 2 weeks at home against the very impressive, very talented Holdenville Wolverines, who leaving no doubt tonight. Last I seen was 62-0. Barton hit as he's thrown from behind, and it's going to fall incomplete. Stops the clock with 30 seconds. Another hit in the backfield. I believe that was Loudermilk again, pressuring Barton. You know, Barton, he's going to feel it in the morning when he wakes up. He's going to realize that he's played a football game.
Yeah, and I think these offensive linemen for the Wampus Cats may have some nightmares of trying to block Easton Loudermilk. He has just lived in the backfield all night long, got pressure again on that one, played a really good game from his defensive end position.
So 31 seconds to go. The clock is stopped on that incomplete pass. 25-6. The Wildcats will pick up victory number 1. It's a pitch to McCall around the far side. And what should be the final play of the game, taken down with a yard up to the 17, 18-yard line. 19 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, defended well on that one. Not a lot of room for McCall. Just gets about a yard here, and we'll see if the Wampus Cats get another snap off or not.
5 seconds. Barton's going to have to hurry. 3 seconds, and they do. It's a pitch out to the flat, caught at the 20, up to the 30, and he's pushed out of bounds, and that will be the final play of the game. The Colgate Wildcats win 2 in a row. They are the 2025 Boggy Bottom Bowl champions here as they travel to Atoka to pick up a 25-6 victory here against the Atoka Wampus Cats. We'll take a break. We'll be back here with some end-of-the-game stats right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
Or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
and that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
Proudly serving you and your communities.
And we're back here as we wrap things up here in Atoka as the Colgate Wildcats pick up the Boggy Bottom Bowl victory 25-6. This is the Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland postgame show. Lucinda Holland is a farmer's agent serving our community, where she's only just a phone call away. You can call Lucinda at 580-889-3347. The Wildcats pick up victory number 1. The Wampus Cats fall to 0-2 here in this early part of the season. Blaine with some final game stats for both teams.
Yeah, for the Wildcats, team stat-wise, 18 first downs on the night, 42 carries for 153 yards. So that yards per carry kind of came down in the second half, but part of that was there at the end. You know, they know you're running it. Mm-hmm. You're trying to you don't really care if you get yardage. You're just chewing up clocks. So you probably ran it a little better than those stats look like. 9 out of 16 throwing the ball for 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You lost 1 fumble, 8 penalties for 78 yards, 5 out of 13 on third downs. So not great third down percentage, but that's getting better. That's a better percentage than what you had been on the season coming in. You're improving that percentage. That's a good thing. For Atoka, team stat-wise, 16 first downs. They ran the ball 26 times for 76 yards, so you defended the run well. Remember, 52 yards of that came on one play with McCall when they scored their touchdown. So other than that, 25 carries for 24 yards. Really good run defense. 17 out of 29 throwing the ball for 170 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. They lost 2 fumbles, so you won the turnover battle 2-1. They had 7 penalties for 45 yards. They were 4 out of 13 on third down. So your opponent's third down percentage, that's probably slightly better than what it had been on the season coming in. They were also 0 of 3 on fourth downs. So fourth down percentage getting better. Some individual stats for the Wildcats. Davis Grant, 3 rushes for 65 yards, 5 catches for 97 yards, and a touchdown. A couple of really, really impressive catches there in the second quarter. Bryson Stowe, 9 carries for 24 yards. And did he have a rushing touchdown too?
Had one called back.
Would have had some better rushing numbers without that one called back.
Yep.
Had one catch for 68 yards that did go for a touchdown. So good
3
night
straight games now, Bryson, with a touchdown.
Yes, Bryson has developed this year into kind of being probably your number one playmaker on offense. Colby Brown, not great rushing yardage, but it was more about what he didn't lose on a few plays than necessarily what he gained. 9 carries for 3 yards. But best passing night of the year so far for Colby Brown, both accuracy and yardage. 9 out of 16, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Easton Loudermilk didn't have a huge game on the stat sheet offensively, 2 catches for 21 yards, but he wreaked a lot of havoc on defense. He lived in the Atoka backfield all night long. We don't keep quarterback pressures as a stat. I don't really have that ability on what I use to keep stats, but I would just guess he had to have at least 8 to 10 quarterback pressures. Lived in the backfield. And with that being said, I think, we got to pick player of the game. I think any of those 3 guys you could make an argument for. Loudermilk because of what he did defensively, Stowe or Davis Grant. Ultimately, I think we're going to land on Davis Grant just because he had a touchdown, he had some big rushing numbers, and had big receiving numbers. All 3. If you add up his total, that would be about 160 yards of total offense for Davis Grant. So we're going to go with him as the player of the game tonight.
The First Bank star of the game. First Bank, a true local bank committed to making your dreams and plans possible. They invest in our communities. They invest in you. This is Lucinda Holland Farmers Agent Postgame Show. If you're looking for an insurance agent who can help you understand your options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3347. So, Blaine, as we look ahead, 2 weeks coming up. We actually get a break next week. We got big Friday night plans, the only Friday night we get off for the next couple of weeks. But in 2 weeks, the Wildcats open up district play. So we turn the page, kind of move to the next chapter of the football season. You've got non-district play in your rearview mirror now. Now you're focused on district play where every game and every play and even the score even matters too in district play. Coming up with the really, really uber-talented Holdenville Wolverines. Talking to Coach Cater a couple weeks ago, they went and watched their scrimmage, and they say that they're just as fast and as good as they were a year ago. Holdenville looks really, really deadly coming up here in a couple of weeks.
And that's scary, and, you can kind of look at it 2 ways. One, you can look at it as like, man, that's a really tough way to open up district play, and it is. But to find a positive in it, you kind of get that game out of the way early in district play. You face that really tough team, and then you don't have to see them again. But the district play is what matters. You're going to start the grind of district play, and what's important now is more times than not, if you have dreams of making the playoffs, you got to find 4 wins in district games, and you got to get them where you can. And like you said, scores even come into play sometimes. You got to get the wins where you can, and you got to win by a margin that lets you get the points you need when you can, and you got to try to lose close if at all possible, and not get just completely dominated by somebody and lose your full district points. So the real season begins in 2 weeks. It'll be a lot of fun.
So that'll do it here from Atoka. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. I want to thank our wonderful sponsors, as always, where the Wildcats get back-to-back victories here in the Boggy Bottom Bowl.
And I believe this is the first win in Atoka since 2017. We talked about before the game. I think that's 8 years since you've won here. So big night, big win for the Wildcats.
Big night. Again, you take your wins when you can. The Wildcats move to 1-2 on the season, where they'll start district play in a couple of weeks. We'll wrap things up here from Atoka. The Wildcats victorious tonight in the Boggy Bottom Bowl series, 25-6. On behalf of myself, Cody Newberry, Blaine Riley, Linda Burnett, everybody back at the mothership in Durant, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and joining us. Again, we're off next week, so don't join us. Go watch somebody else. I think Atoka plays next week. Not sure where. I think they may go to Lindsay next week, or Lindsay comes here. Nonetheless, you find something to do. Get a week off. Join us in 2 weeks from Colgate, the Donald Mike Mayer Field, where the Wildcats open district play against the Holdenville Wolverines. We'll step aside. We'll see you next time. We'll see you in a couple of weeks right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
This has been Coalgate Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank. The Wildcats are brought to you by Brown's Funeral Service and your farmer's insurance agent, Lucinda Holland. The Coalgate Wildcats are sponsored by Shamrock Bank and Stuteville Ford.
Left side, blitz coming. Quick pass, far side, caught by Trevathan. Tries to make a man miss. Stiff arm, still on his feet to the 45, to the 40.
The Wildcats are also brought to you by your local Texoma Chevy dealers, Cole County Farm Bureau, and Genesis Abstract.
Snap, blitz coming. Picked up, now flush. Throws it deep down the field, has a man open, and it's caught at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Tate Diaz. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Colgate Wildcat Athletics are sponsored in part by the RX Shop, Cole County Tag, the Flower Garden, and Triple Heart Boutique. Thank you for joining us tonight for this presentation of Wildcat Athletics on The Rock 107.5 KZIG.